The cards speak. Justice listens. Welcome to the unseen. Truth doesn't hide forever, not from the eyes that see. Spirits stir, clues awaken. Let the seeing begin. Behind every crime, a shadow speaks. I'm Lady Zelda. Welcome to Seeing Crime. Hello there, my beautiful Zeldanators, Zeldanauts, souls, beings. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, good evening, and happy spring to you. Much love to you. Get ready, because I've got a little fun segment tonight. You know, I think we go through all of this heavy crime stuff, and then all of a sudden, it's kind of like we hit the weekend. So we just need a reset. We need to reset a little bit, and that's exactly what we're going to do. My lighting is funky tonight. I can't get it, so it is what it is. So anyway, welcome to each and every one of you. And now Mercury is direct. No more Mercury retrograde. Don't you love it? I do. Hello. I love it. So I just want to show you how I come out of this, how I emerge after Mercury retrograde. And I do this every time. Actual photo of me emerging from a Mercury retrograde. That's me. Hello. That is me. That is me. So there we go, my darlings. I am glad to see each and every one of you. Thank you so much. If you could do me a favor, I want you to either put a little smiley face in the chat for me, a heart, something that is very positive. And for those of you who are watching for the first time, please do me a favor and bump that subscribe button and put your little DNA on the like button too, please. So there we go. Thank you. And please just a heart. You can put hearts, you can put smiley faces. You know, hey, I'm going to do this back to you because I am just so happy to have you here. We'll put some hearts. Oh no, I almost put a broken heart. Let's see. I've got some cat paws. We'll do that. We'll just do a few little fun things because I got something really fun for most of you that's going to come up. So watch because this is going to be fun. So there we go, my darlings. All right, so let's get started. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to Chuck Norris. I have a little story about Chuck Norris that I'm going to tell you. And I think that you'll really like it. So this thing about Chuck Norris, back in the 1980s, he had a karate studio in Virginia Beach. I don't even know if it's still there, but I was living there. And I had separated from my commander husband a while ago. And so I thought because I was working on the Psychic Friends Network line, and I needed something to do because I was just staying in this big house alone. And I thought, so I knew this doctor and he was selling this, skincare, things. And I thought, hey, what better place to go than to Chuck Norris studio? So I would go in there every day and sit. Is Mr. Norris in? No, ma'am, I'm sorry. He's not available right now because at that time he was getting ready to do a new movie and he was in between wives. I didn't know that. But I liked his last wife. So I said, okay, I'll wait. So I would wait there about 2 or 3 hours, and then I would leave. And then the next day, hello, is Mr. Norris in? No, ma'am, I'm sorry, he's not. Well, okay. I'll wait a couple of hours. I did this for about 10 days. One day I go in and I say, hello, is Mr. Norris there? And they said, no, ma'am, I'm sorry, he's not. And I said, okay. I said, I'll wait. And I sat down. The next thing you know, I heard someone walking out. I was looking down because we didn't have cell phones at this time. So I took a book with me. I was reading, and I was also studying at the Edgar Cayce Foundation. So it wasn't far from there that I could just zippity-doo-dah because I was living in Hampton. And so I could just zippity-doo-dah right on over, pick up a couple of books, and I would read. All of a sudden, this hand comes in front of me. He says, ma'am, I'm Chuck Norris. Kidding. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I said, yes. Hello. And he said, you wanted to see me? And I said, yes, sir. And he said, what would you like to see me about? And I told him, I showed him. He goes, that's interesting. Would you like to sit up a display here? And I said, yes, sir, if you don't mind. And he goes, I have to hand it to you. Your tenacity of coming in here every day, he said, because I've watched you. And he said, don't think that I didn't know that you were here. I said, I know that you knew I was here. And he said, well, there's all types of other people come in here, want to sell things. I said, I don't want to sell. I just want a little display. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Just the way it is. Okay. So I set it up and everything else. And he said, I just feel, pardon me, got the tickle. So he says, I'm setting it up and everything, and I'm getting ready to go. And he said, excuse me, Miss Zelda. I said, yes, sir. He said, please don't call me sir. Please call me Chuck. He's about 20 years older than me. Okay, Chuck. So he says, I feel like I owe you. And I said, you don't owe me anything. He said, oh, I feel like I owe you. Would you like to go to dinner with me Friday night and I think it was called the Trattoria. It was some big Italian place near Virginia Beach. And I said, yes, I would. Attire, please. And he said, well, dress, meaning, pardon me, I was holding some little gray girl before we came on, and it's just like feeling like hair. And I said, okay, that's fine with me. And believe me, my kids know this story, and then I'll go on. I don't know what happened here, but anyway. All right, so come on. You're going to drive me crazy until you do. Okay, please meet my producer, Sam. So Friday night comes, and I said, I'll just meet you there. Well, you have to be about, you can't be like early to something like this. Right on time is about a minute after. So I timed it, pulled in, and there he is. He comes over, opens up my door. Now, ladies in the chat, I had this pink dress on that I wore at a couple Navy functions that was just kind of off the shoulder. It was beautiful. 2-piece, kind of a pencil skirt. It was like a double-breasted, very 1950s looking. It was beautiful. And so I get out of the car and he said, you look very nice. And I said, thank you so much. You do, sir. We walk in. He puts his arm out like this. He was a total gentleman, and he's got the greatest smile on earth. Puts his arm out like this, and I take his arm. We walk in. Well, everybody, Chuck, how's it going? And he'd be, he was very personable, knew everybody in there. And he introduced me to a couple of people. We went to go sit down. They gave us this beautiful table. I'm about to laugh because I can't tell this story without laughing. We go up to this table, and it was by a window. It was just beautiful. And the maitre d' says, Mr. Norris, I have this selected table for you. And he said, thank you so much. Everybody. So it was the whole thing. So he just kept going on and going on and going on. So we sat, we were getting ready to sit. So he comes over to my side and pulls the chair out. Just as he was pulling the chair out, somebody catches his attention and says, Chuck, blah, 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 Chuck. And he went to interact with them and pulled the chair out more. I sat down at the same time and landed on the floor. I haven't moved so fast since 1978. Chuck was laughing. I was laughing. The whole restaurant was just, grinning. So he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Do you want to leave? And I'm like, no, not at all. And we were laughing. And I said, well, there you go. Now you know what life is like with Zelda. He was laughing. We just had the best time. It was so great. But I'm going to tell you the best part of this. There was a man, Chuck was across from me, and there was a man that was kind of sitting over here that was facing me. He sat there and was crying. And he would look at me and just do this, burst out laughing, crying so hard. And finally you could hear him holding his mouth, laughing. And the whole restaurant. And of course they comped our dinner, and, it wasn't their fault and all this other stuff, but people were coming up to me and telling me what a great sport that I was. And I'm like, hello, fricker, I'm with Chuck Norris. Of course I'm going to be a great sport. Do you think that I'm going to get mad? So then here's the thing. The night came to a close. And we just kind of looked at each other and was like, he said, I don't think that I'm done with the night. Are you? And I said, no, I don't think that I am either. I have so much adrenaline. If I go home, I'm just going to work. And he said, do you feel like going to the beach? I said, sure, I do. And he said, can you walk? This was in the 1980s. He said, can you walk in those shoes? Well, I had some heels on, but Chuck was shorter. I'm 5'10". So, I wasn't going to tower over him. That's just not good. So I said, sure, I'll go. I can always walk in my bare feet. And he said, that sounds like a great thing. So we're walking down Virginia Beach. Now, this is at a time where some of the Virginia Beach police officers rode horseback. And sometimes you could drive on the beach. I don't know if any of this was like late 1980s. So I said, okay, fine. We're out there. We're walking on the beach. Thank you, Sam. We're walking on the beach. All of a sudden, we hear all this hollering, yelling. There's this guy running toward us. Chuck grabs me, puts me behind him. This guy goes zoom, running past us, and he stops for a minute, and this police officer galloping, running, behind, catching up, run. And that guy's standing there. The cop makes it there. Chuck looks at him and said, what's going on? And he said, "Are you Chuck Norris?" I mean, he was just like, forgot that he probably had committed a crime. He says, "Are you Chuck Norris?" And Chuck says, "Yes, yes, I am." He says, "Chuck Norris, I love your Delta Force." And he starts going on. The cop comes up, jumps off his horse, grabs the guy, and he says, "Chuck," knows everybody. "Chuck, is he bothering you?" And Chuck's kind of laughing and goes, "No, we're just talking about my movies." So this cop is putting him in handcuffs at the same time, and I'm cracking up. I'm like, heavens to Betsy, this is the best night in my life. I mean, I was laughing so hard. And I looked at him and I said, "Is there any place that we could go that you don't know anyone?" And he was laughing, goes, "I don't think so." So we walked and we talked about the movie. He was getting ready to make the movie Hero and the Terror, I think. He was just either out of that one or about to go in it. I can't remember. But we talked about Delta Force, and we talked about that when he was buried in the Dodge Ram, and we talked about all this stuff and movies and all this other. And he says, when he was asking me about the psychic line, we talked a little bit about politics, about America, about travel. We talked about, I mean, it was just it was great. The night ended. He takes me back to the car, to the restaurant, and he says, "I had such a great time." I said, "I do too. And if you ever decide you want to do it again," he goes, "Oh, yeah, definitely. I'll let you know." He said, "I'm getting ready to go to LA. But he said, if you ever need anything, please contact the gym and tell them, and you'll hear from me." I said, that sounds great. Thank you so much. I said, "I had an absolute blast." And he goes, "I still am so sorry. Do you need me to help you with your dress?" I said, no. He was a Pisces. His birthday is March 10th. So I watched him drive away. He had a pickup truck. What else would Walker Texas Ranger have, right? And that was it. I never heard from him until after my husband passed away, my son's father. And my son was taking some karate classes because some of his people, or some of his friends, were taking karate classes too. And this was in Ohio, and Ian had his first tournament. Well, Ian didn't have a dad. And I was trying my best to, make sure he was not a mama's boy and toughen him up and, all this other stuff. Well, they had this tournament and they said Chuck Norris was supposed to be there. And I said, "Ian, you've got to go." And I sent a message to the people that I knew and said we would be there. And he said, my son, like, "Yeah, Mom, we're going to go. Yeah, definitely." So we get up there, and everybody did their thing. And of course, all the dads would come down to the mat. One thing wonderful was that, Ian didn't have a dad. It's me at the side of the mat going, "Get him, Penner," all this stuff. And then all of the dads came down and were cheering him on too. I just thought that was so lovely. Why we didn't see Chuck. And then somebody made an announcement that he couldn't make it because he had a conflicting something or other. And I was disappointed. But then somebody came up with a note and said, "Are you Zelda Kelly?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Chuck has called here, wanted to know how your son is doing." And we told him. And he said, "He's very proud of you, Mama, and he's very proud of Ian. And you tell him to just keep up the good work." And I just, I was like, oh, so that was my day meeting Chuck Norris. And I'll never forget that. I have followed him. I bought all these books. I did, he was just fantastic. A good man, loved his country. And up until seriously last week, right after his birthday, a he made a video. He was out and he actually did some climb to a volcano and he did really well. And they said that he passed away with loving friends and family around him. What a way to go. What a way to go. So he was fantastic. And then of course, even back then, the Chuck Norris jokes were just, and he was such a great sport, such a great sport. He just powered through. He did everything. And I'll tell you, he was just so inspirational to so many people. So rest in peace, Chuck. Death didn't come for you. You told death you were coming for it. There you go, Chuck. All right. So there you go, my darlings. Now, some other things. Nancy Guthrie, we've got some things going on. The feds look like they have been back in the neighborhood of Nancy Guthrie. They were interested in some of the story or some of the goings on around the neighborhood. And now they were looking for somebody that rented an Airbnb. Okay. We're just going to let this, because to me, it just goes in waves. You just get over one and then just another one comes. And then you go over one and then another one comes. And that's just kind of how it is. Yes, agent obligata. That's absolutely correct. So yes, this whole thing with Chuck, wonderful, wonderful. He's a wonderful guy. Yeah, they are interested in all of that. So anyway, that's what's happening. And I'm just haven't read on it for a couple of days because I'm thinking, just go find her. Here's a little something that I want to share with you. They got Brian Kohlberger for the Idaho 4 in 47 days. And I remember during that course of when the crime happened until everybody was like, oh, it's gone cold. Oh, it's gone cold. And that's kind of why I'm saying watch, just in case there's somebody stepping in. Yeah, I heard about the 3 doors down. Just watch. Because I'm going to tell you this. Brian Kohlberger, in my opinion, had help if he was involved with the Idaho 4. I'm sorry, there's too much there. And I'm going to tell you, you're going down a rabbit hole there that is just, if I started now talking about it 24 hours a day, I wouldn't stop until probably next Sunday. That's how much was in the Idaho 4. There were too many sus stuff. Too much wild, fishy. That's absolutely right, Blue Butter. Too much. So I want you to prepare yourselves, because this could be the same thing of the Idaho 4. It could be the same. Pardon me. I didn't get any email, my darlings. Listen, here's the thing. I'm not taking any emails because I'm getting about 150 a day. And I can't go through them all. And I really don't want to plug all this stuff into my brain while I'm reading for these cases. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But there we go. Anyhow, look for someone to be put into place. Those things happen. And you just don't know. You just don't know. But now I got a little something more for you. 46 years ago today, a crime happened that went worldwide. And I have to share this with you because you probably remember it. And I've got to tell you, it went on for months. And here it is. I'm going to show you. Are you ready? Who shot JR? Remember Dallas? Remember? Da 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 dum dum da dum da da dum 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 da da dum da dum. There we go, my darlings. Guess what? Who Shot JR happened March 21st of 1980, and we were glued all to the TV. Now, I'm going to tell you that episode, I mean, wow. And remember, back then, for those of you who don't remember, back then, there was no TiVo, there was no running it back. So the only thing that we could do is sit and watch. Sit and watch. That's the only thing. And here were the suspects. Sue Ellen, Cliff, of course, Kristen, Dusty, Miss Ellie, and Bobby. All very good suspects. It was the cliffhanger of cliffhangers. And you know what else happened, my darlings? I'll tell you what else happened. During that time, they had an actor strike that went on for 100 days, and everybody thought that nobody wanted to not know what happened. It was horrendous. And then in November of 1980, the reveal happened, and 83 million people tuned in to Dallas that night to see that it was Kristen. It was Kristen who shot JR. And I'll tell you what, you remember Kristen. Miss Mary Frances Crosby, Bing Crosby's daughter. She was 19, 20 years old at the time. So yeah, she's a year older than I am. So she was about 21 at the time. Bing's daughter. There we go, my darlings. This was the show. This wasn't the dream. That was Bobby. This wasn't the dream sequence. But this was the show that set history for television, for many things. This was a powerhouse. This was so good. How many of us tuned in just to see what the ladies were wearing? And then Dynasty came on. Oh, brother. Wait a minute. I have something for Mr. Nanos. Hold on. Got something for Mr. Nanos. I'm going to call him Mr. No-Dos. Here we go.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So yes, JR, it was Kristen Shepherd. Kristen Shepherd was the sister of Sue Ellen. Oh, brother. That was something else. But those were the days. Dynasty, Dallas, and they were all later at night. And I mean, like at 10 o'clock at night, Falcon Crest, Knots Landing. Oh my gosh. Who Knots Landing? Who was the blonde lady? I did my makeup, like my eye makeup, like her for such a long time. My gosh. Think about that 46 years ago today. Those were the good television times, my darlings. And I love the fact that it came on at 10 o'clock at night. Because, now this is the era of a lot where women, especially, were watching soap operas because we had just came off Dark Shadows. No, wasn't Donna Mills. Donna Mills. Thank you, Blue Butterfly. It was Donna Mills, the eye makeup. I even she had a VHS tape. Sucker. That and Pamela Anderson had to do the makeup that way. So, but those were the days. We all came off this Dark Shadow type thing, and we didn't have any soap operas except in the afternoon. And then somebody decided, hey, let's put some soap operas out at 10 o'clock at night. And we were always allowed to watch them because, we were always good about getting up early and everything else at school. So, but I was out of school by then. But I'll tell you what, that was something. And I want to tell you something else. I'm sorry, not Net. The Tubes of You right here, YouTube, is now the #1 streaming service worldwide. They're beating out Netflix. They're beating out and they want these shows because a lot of people now, and I'm glad I'm saying this because I'm going to do this. A lot of people now, and I put your comments right on the screen. A lot of people now, like me, I have the streaming services, but what a selection. You lay down at night. While the mister was here, he and I were watching all kinds of things. And you can find series, and there you go. There you go. But one thing I don't like is they strategically make all the good shows, like Outlander is on Stars. I'm sorry, I'm not going to subscribe to Stars just so I can see Outlander. I'll wait till it comes to Netflix. That's what they do. And I'll tell you what, Prime Video, if you're watching Amazon Prime Video, I pay for a Prime subscription. Why do I go in there and then have to pay to watch your bloody movies? No. Stop. So there we go, my darling. So that's it. But now you're going to start seeing a lot of series coming out because that's what YouTube wants. And yours truly has been asked to maybe do a little bit of artwork for a potential series that is coming out. And if and when it happens, I will let you know because I will be I'm not going to be in it or anything. I don't know. I might do a cameo like Alfred Hitchcock. Anyway, when that comes out, I'll let you know. And oh brother, you're going to love it. Peyton Place. Oh yeah, but I love the movie Peyton Place. See, I have Turner Classic Movies. I got to have Turner Classic Movies. Sometimes they play these things on there that are questionable, but YouTube is my #1. Now I watched Virgin River on Netflix. I don't know why. It's so bloody predictable. It's pathetic, but it's one of those things. So if and when that happens, I will let you know, and I would appreciate it if you will go there. I'm going to start having some meetings and all this other, putting it together, and it will be in an avatar style. So it's not going to be real people, it will be avatar. Kathleen, we have one person and we're waiting. So if you want to take it this we'll do it next week. We had one person enter. So for those of you who bought the catacomb cards, please do us a favor. Send in color, front and back. Let us know. Okay. Hold on a second. Give me a second. I've got to hold on. So, yeah, Virgin River. I mean, it's one of those, you know what's going to happen, but then you have to wait. If you all want to watch a good one. Now, I have the first book. I don't know if there's any more, but I'm telling you right now, go over to Amazon and watch Scarpetta with Nicole Kidman. Oh, I finished that thing in one fell swoop. No kidding. I forced myself to stay up. The Thin Man, oh my gosh. I want to find the Thin Man series because it's a tradition with me that I think it's either every Christmas or every New Year, Turner Classic Movies plays that. And I watch the whole thing. I've seen them 100 times, and especially the one where Jimmy Stewart, Rifleman, all those good ones. You can tell now I've reached that age. But it doesn't matter. That's when TV was good. Lincoln Lawyer is wonderful. Have you read all the books? I'm going to get more of the books. Scarpetta, oh boy. They're good. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's one of the best ones. And when it was over, I'm like, what? What? You're going to make us hang out now for another year. It is a series. It's a series. It's a series. It's a series. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know, I was going to use that as my background. But that's so good. Right? Who Shot JR? I'm going to put it up here. Here is this one is good. And just to give you a little hint, in my last, when we had our Dark Shadows gig, when we were doing that, I love Person of Interest too. My darling, if you didn't sign it, your YouTube name, I wouldn't know if you did. But I have been getting a lot of gifts lately. And sometimes they do not come with gifts receipts. I got some embroidery floss today. I've been getting all kinds of things. But I just don't know who they come from sometimes because they don't put it in. I don't know why. So anyway. Yeah, that cliffhanger at the end. But just to give you a little thing, because people are always, oh, what are you talking about? You can't say those things. You can't say those words. Well, you see that one word right there in the middle? I wanted to animate that. So I took it over to my little program and I wanted to animate it. And you know what it told me? We can't animate that for you because it goes against Google security, or no, community outlines. What? Well, I wanted everybody to come on and say, thank you, welcome. Now we know who shot JR. No, wouldn't do it. So I took that thing off. No, wouldn't do it. So that goes to show you, because see, Google and YouTube are. So that's why. My Amazon list, I had to take a lot of things off and start over again, but it's still there. I love the midwife. It's still there. And the list should be in the description of this video, and maybe one of the mods can put it up. So there you go. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to explain this. It's not really Google and YouTube. It's the advertisers. If they're not coming out the way that you're printing them, it's your printer. It's not it, because they're geared, they're printed in where I put them. They are that 2.75, 5 point, or 4 point, whatever it is. So you will have to adjust the printer settings on your end to get them correct. And you may have to put them in some type of a grid or something like that. I don't know, but unfortunately, I can't help you with it. Some people get them printed out well, some people don't. That's just the way it is. But it's the advertisers. It's the advertisers that do that. Because, say, for instance, if I put something no, because there was 3 when we were into Karen Reed really hot and heavy. There were 3 that I got cut on monetization because there was so much going on and so many words that were said. And if the advertiser knocks on the door of the tubes at you and say, we don't like that. We don't want those words said because we think that that person is promoting that. We don't want that. That's why. And then they come back on us creators and say, well, because see, every time we upload a video, every time you have to put out this little questionnaire thing. Do you think that there's violence, cussing, this, that, anything is going to tick anybody off, or, blah, 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 blah? And you either have to say yes or no. And that's why I try to be a good girl and do them accordingly. But yeah, woof. That's the thing. Thank you so much I did not see who sent me the Venmo, but thank you. So it's the way it is. Quite frankly, this is the best platform to do this on, because I'm going to tell you, Facebook was, the Book of Faces was horrible. People would come on and steal my stuff, my images, my videos, and put them out and then report me as though I was the one stealing their content and try to get me shut down. It was horrible. The talkie tick is the same thing. Same thing. Here, like, random, the sorry, I'm reading. Randomly, you can make a lot of money on the talkie tick, and one day if somebody gets their little panties in a wad, they just take it away. Same thing with Facebook. Oh my gosh, my poor son. It was the night before payday, the last time I was really cooking with Facebook. And the night before, they decided that somebody either made a complaint or did something, and they weren't going to pay me. And it was it was a fair amount. And I just said, forget it. And now they send me all these things. Oh, come back, come back. Yes, I've come back to you, pal. No. So this is my home. This is my home. And I think I'm getting organized enough now that I might be able to start some things on Patreon, that I can go on there and say the 9 words that you can't say on YouTube. I don't say them anyway, but we're a little bit. But yeah, the scammers are relentless. The scammers, and though, I mean, that's brave to me. If you are just idiotic, I don't know. But this one, the last one, opens their page on the 18th of March, steals my picture, comes in and starts commenting, wanting money from Nigeria. Cheers to you, pal. You ain't getting a dime. So I'm just going to tell you the reason that I have my Facebook still, because I don't use it, is just go on and maybe check on something. True Oracle has their Facebook. I don't do anything on there. This is my home. The Tubes of You is my home. Yeah. While you were talking about the stuff the other day, I watched JLR and she mentioned you. Who's she? Who is she mentioned me? Saying, I went, she never said that. Oh boy. See, I don't know who. Doesn't matter. Think about it. Some of these people, listen, my people told me some of the things that they're getting. Thank you. Some of the people, my people, the dogs that sniff out, told me that some of the calls that they're getting in for tips, the hello, it's just really like, hello, stick a sucker in their mouth and put a jacket on them and say goodbye. I don't know what to tell. I don't know. But the crazies are coming out now. I don't know if he mentioned me. Somebody back here said that she mentioned me while you were talking about stuff the other day. I watched Jayla and she mentioned you and said the stuff she was saying. I say, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody said. Listen, do you know how many people come in here and try to steal my content, try to look like me? And I'm going to tell you this. I have some crazy psychic right now stalking me who makes these channels and comes in. I might as well just say it. She's probably watching right now and sends nasty messages and everything. And the quicker that I can block and get rid of opens up another one. So fine. Maybe she'll learn something. So it is what it is. But the stalkers, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I got to get the books. I've got to get the books. I got to get the books. I'm going to say something right now about JLR, and I don't want to talk about it. I know what's going on. And I want you to remember there are 2 sides to every story. I don't believe it's my business. And I'm not into these smear campaigns. I'm not into all of this. I just can't. And people can be mean and nasty, especially, I'm going to tell you this. What do you think? People jump on this thing to get clicks. to get, are they reporting the right thing? I don't know. But is it any of my business? No. I watch who I want to. I talk who you know, all this. I do not talk about other creators because I don't want other creators to talk about me, even though they do. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and maybe some other people aren't my cup of tea. That's what makes the world go around. All I know is that he's going to court April 21st. He's lawyered up. He's not going to be answering it. She's all over mouthing off about stuff. That bothers me because that stuff was happening in the Karen Reed case, and we'll see what happens. But you know what? That's not going to keep me from watching him. It's not going to keep me from having my own opinion. Quite frankly, I just don't care. That's his business. That's their business. And to me, you should never put your business out on the front page of the Sunday paper. Never, ever, ever. Because you know what happens? For those people who are so succumbed by all of this stuff that is coming out about everybody else's business, evidently, they must not have a life of their own. Maybe if they paid attention to their own lives, they wouldn't have any to pay attention to all of the trash that's going on. That's why I just feel that when we are here, this is my show. And I don't like it. I'm just going to tell you, when we have to come in and talk about others, because I don't talk about anybody. I don't care. I won't say crap if I got a mouthful. I just don't want people to be disrespected. And especially me. This is my house. I just don't, it doesn't matter what they've done. It doesn't matter anything. It doesn't matter to me because I don't care. Because I want you to know, I'm going to tell you, if you do a little bit of research, there's two sides to every story. So don't jump on one bandwagon without knowing the other side. Yeah. That's the way it is. So, no, I know sometimes the call-ins on those live shows are, listen, my darlings, listen. I love you all. Thank you so much. I love you all. I was thinking about doing a call-in just to talk. Dear Jumpin' Jollies, what would happen if I got some random nut job that called in and then had my phone number? No, no. I do that on BB and it still happens. I add watermarks, I add little pixels, I do all kinds of things and it still happens. So you can't help it, except I take it as flattery. So anyway, I have read for Kelsey Fitzsimmons in the beginning. I have read for her. So no, I've got Google Voice. I have all those things. But it still rings in. You still get a call. Believe me, I have it all. I have a ring. I have a Google Voice number that I've had for 22 years. So I just want to, I was going to do that. And then I thought, do I want to do that? Yeah. So anyway, I'm reading your chats here. Just give me a second. Thank you so much for everyone understanding. Here's the thing. I don't care about my ratings. I don't need it. I don't care about the ratings. I don't care about this. I come on here because I enjoy it. And I really would like to know things about how, I'm growing organically. because that's what happens when you try to do well. And that's what I'm trying to do. But you know, I don't want to fall into that category. I've thought about it a couple of times. I just don't know. But see, the thing of it is, you're inviting trouble if you do that. You invite trouble because listen, I'm going to tell you all right now. My husband has a stalker on his channel. And this is why I had not posted. We have not posted for a few days. And it's bad. And this morning before he left, he was seriously thinking about just saying, post minimal stuff, don't post so much. You know, I'm here for you, but because it just gets too much. It's too much with these people. And we already constantly say we want our privacy. And that's why I make his little character. I make my own character. I make my own self, right? I do that. I could make my own character and I could come on here as my character, talk through my character. And that's just the way it is. Carrie. It's bothersome. It's bothersome because frankly, I'm just going to tell you, he didn't want to do it to begin with. And I was the one who said, oh my God, that'd be so cool. And it is so cool. And he thinks so too, but he doesn't need this. This is not his gig. He does all this for me. All those calls and all the podcasts. Now he enjoys it all. Believe me, he loves doing it all. And sometimes I have to write a little script for him because, English is not his first language and he struggles with that sometimes. But oh my gosh, it is horrible. I do use StreamYard. That's what I'm using right now. I use StreamYard. Listen, this isn't my first rodeo. I've done this a long time. So it is what it is. And that's the way it is. But the good thing, I love making the videos together with him. He's so wonderful. But the good thing is I want to show you my birthday gift that he gave me. Ready? He had these pearls. They are vintage 1940s pearls. And he asked me he asked me what I wanted, and I said, because I like leverbacks or leverbacks. So, sure, you can ask me questions about his channel. If I can ask, I'll definitely tell you. But he had these made. We think that they're right around 1940, so you can't really tell. They're kind of a beige, because back in the 1500s, and so forth, they bleached the tar out of pearls because they wanted them white to the point where they almost looked fake. And it got to the point where it was then in the 1930s to the 1970s. They didn't bleach that much. Now they're bleaching again. I'm learning a lot from him. And then he had two little other, because I have a second here. I love pearls. I told him, and you know what else? They look like that portrait of my ancestor, Countess Elizabetha. And I said, oh, I want him to look like her. So I told him what I wanted. And he showed up. Here they are. Oh, there we go. So there we are, my darling. So that was nice. So yeah, sometime if you have questions about him, if I can answer them, I will. So, but I think you guys have pretty much known just about everything that there is to know. Oh, Patricia, could you possibly sing happy birthday to my husband, Dan, please? His 60. Of course. Of course. Is he around? Is he around? Wait, let me get a drink. Thank you so much. I love pearls. The next thing I want to get, and it's a little on the goth side, but that's Zelda. I want to get these stacked pearls, and they've got some crosses. Oh, it looks good. It looks good. Okay, so let's sing happy birthday to Dan. Ready? Okay, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dan. Happy birthday to you and many more. There you go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Dan. I hope you enjoy your time and your day. There you go. So anyway, yeah, so that's kind of the thing. I just wanted to come on and talk to you tonight, and especially tell you about. I was so excited because you know me, I have to make all these visuals. Somebody told me that I'm about the only channel that they've seen that makes all these visuals and backgrounds. That to me is so cool. Okay, let me see. Starbright, I was wondering more about the castle and the staircases. I am so curious about what it might be. Well, we don't know yet. While he was here, he got the call and he called in some engineer types, and he got the call and they said, "We found something." And I told him when he left, do not take a chance. You want me to come over there? Do not take a chance. But I trust him. And he's been around the block and he knows what he's doing. And so I don't know what it is. So we won't know. I mean, I might know in a few days when he gets there and gets everything. Tomorrow he'll be back to work and doing all that. So there we go. Make a wish and blow out the candles. Remember that? That was an old happy birthday. Yeah, I'm excited. I want to know more too. If we can just keep these people away and get them to understand, because they're like, we would, here's why I make the visuals, okay? Because he wants to be private and we need to be, I like to be private. Right, hello. But we want to be private. If we could just talk together and be okay, that'd be fine. But YouTube, the tubes of you doesn't like it. So you have to have visuals, and people like to see what you're talking about. And that's why I go in and I create, and it takes me a good minute because I'm not proficient. There we go. And so that's just the way it is. So that's why I put those up there. And that's why I do what I do. Because I do the same thing here. Makes a difference. What makes a difference? Enjoy the content forevermore. That's right. We can all put, well, the problem is you guys, especially on our channels, you don't see them because they work behind the scenes. And that's the, it is. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. Because what I get is, oh, well, what if this, you would show us, look, well, I'm not showing you anything. I don't have to show you anything. But that's, So we're just going to do what we can. Oh, wait, the fireplace sounds. I knew I was missing. Of course you may, Angie. Oh, I knew I was. Wait, it's going a little fast. Hello. There, fireplace. Hello, my darling. Fireplace is coming your way. Just a minute. I have to build a fire. It can get a little hairy here. Hold on. Get ready. Here we are. Way to go. There we go. Thank you so much. All right. So here we are. Thank you so much. These are the lever, where they're on a hinge. And that's what I like to wear anymore because, and they're so lightweight. Ugh, I love them. Oh, here's a good one. Let's answer this. Stray Haven, hi. In tarot art, how important is the direction the figures are facing, i.e., the full facing left to the water? Would it matter if he's facing right to the water? No, my darling. No. You go for it. As long as you know what your heart and your meanings are, because remember, the tarot is just a tool. That's all it is. You're reading the energy of the reading. So whether he's looking right, left, up, down, whatever makes you comfortable, they're your cards. So absolutely go for it. There are no rules. No rules. I have a deck of cards. I wish I could get them out. I would show you. And you want to know the truth? I got them at the $5 store. I saw them and I'm like, what? I wish I could show them to you. Maybe I can. Give me a second. I'm going to reach for them. I'll be right back, my darlings. Give me a second. Here we are back again. Ah. Hi, Gina. I'm sorry. I don't have a place to send anything. I'm sorry. I don't do that. I apologize, and I know you did it, but unfortunately, I don't do that because I don't have anywhere to send it. So, okay. These cards, and you know, when I get tarot cards, I keep them in their boxes as long as I can. So I mean they get, you know, whatever. This is them. This is them. Now I'm going to show you these cards. They are beautiful. Look at the card design. They're just gorgeous. But look, there's the Five of Wands. So to read these, you got to know where, or you got to know your cards. Here's the Two of Swords. Ain't much happening right there except Two of Swords, but I still love them. I've done a lot of videos with them in the old days when I first started making videos. Here's the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, look at that. Hello. See through. So they're just I love this deck too. Look at this one. Look who he is. I love these cards. But the reason that here's the Ten of Cups. But the reason that I don't make them videos like this with them to show, because everybody likes to see what's on the cards, and I then tell you, oh, look at this. This is this and this and this. And everybody does it. The High Priestess. Look at her. Ain't nothing happening there. You don't have the pillars. You don't have the crescent. You don't have the, you know, so there you go. Barbara, you are a darling. Hi, Deb. I'm so glad that you're not lurking. I'm so glad that you just came in to chat. Thank you very much and welcome. Now, I have a little something that I'm up to. This may be a big ender, or undertaking. See, that's the whole thing. Everybody likes when I explain it, and I like it too, because you know what? If you're going to see a card reader, you want to know what they know what they're doing, right? That's the whole goal. You want to know that they know. Thank you so much, Betty. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the Venmo, my darlings. All right. So yeah, if you're seeing somebody do the shuffle, 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 and they're just flying, okay, if that works for them, but does anybody explain what the cards are? They just read matter of factly, and I think that's fine when you know what the cards are. But what if you don't? Well, how do you know how to relate? My hubby's channel is at Vale Keep. Let me see if I've got. I can put something in here for you. And we don't make anything up because we don't have to. Life is very interesting. Here we are. And that is him. I saw a video you had on tarot reading. Is there a place where all your videos are listed? Yeah, in my YouTube channel, they usually have playlists. If you look into the playlist, you can find them. And on True Oracle, I have playlists over there as well. I'm going to start reading on Erica Kirk again. Oh, Flossie. Hello. Want to see the snark come out? Just wait till I'm reading on Erica. Thank you, Nana B. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. I think I need to start saying thank you to some people. Danny's mom, thank you, my darling. So glad to have you here. Bless you. D. Hunter, happy spring to you. In South Carolina, bless you, bless you. Debbie, hi. Love, love, lover, you and the great flowers here. You know, thank you for saying that, Debbie, because I think I have the best chat. I have the best community. Y'all are so nice and kind. And you know what I really like? You talk among each other. You talk to each other. It's not like we are a community. We are. Colleen is a new member, and I thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce that, but my darling, you and your sweetheart right there are so welcome here. Thank you. Thank you. Carrie Knight, look at you. It's sweet. Bless you, and thank you for being here. Dawn, hello, Dawn. You're so pretty. Thank you so much. All of you are so wonderful. Thank you, Debbie. And thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you, each and every one. Okay. So now, yeah, you guys are. You do play nice in the sand. You play nice. You really do. Chloe, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And you know, here's the thing. We don't do any memberships over on my husband's channel. That's not what it's about. We just want to share this. I am so excited. I'm a nutcase. I'm just going to tell you. I love all this veil keeping castling. I just like I told him here. I'm like a flippin' nutcase when it comes to that stuff. And if you don't think so, for 3 years, I haven't had sleep because I'm up talking to him all the time. And believe me, he talks back. Like, oh, let me tell you about this, Valiana. And he always has this little, you might see it, it's that little, Valiana? It is. Okay. Are the Vale channels Lord Greggor's? Yeah, they're both of ours. The Vale Keep, Vale Haven is ours. So, okay, so then let me back up here. New member coming in. Hi, Debbie. Hi, bless you. Susan Francis, thank you so much for that thoughtfulness. I love that profile picture. I don't know what it is, but it's so cool looking. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know what? I was thinking about, oh, Mama J's, hi, member for 8 months. Has it been that long? My gosh, time flies when you're having fun. Thank you, thank you. Star Bright, I love your channel. Thank you. I do feel the community here too. You have a very kind members. We are generous with it. Yes, my people. Show everyone Moisha. I'll be right back. Let me get Moisha. Where is Moisha? Moisha. I'll be right back, my darlings. Let me get Moisha. Moisha, where are you, my darling? Well, let me find him too. Hello. Who says Mercury is over? Here we are, back again. Okay. He is extremely expressive. But he doesn't do that out of disgust. It's out of inquiry. He's very quizzical, wants to know. The man reads. I thought I read. While he's here, he reads constantly. While I'm working, doing videos, sometimes you hear him laugh, which I like. Here is Moisha. Isn't it beautiful? Porcelain. Gorgeous. And look at his little hand. It's called a yod. Now, in the Hebrew, let me see if I can get this right. It is Hashem, which is the hand. And the name of God is Yahad. I'll get it in a minute. Yahadam, I think is what it is. Yeshua is Jesus. But this is it. I did reschedule. For those of you who are asking on the thank you. Thank you. Hashem is God. Yes. Okay, thank you for that. I needed a little help. My brain was going. I did not reschedule on the podcast. There was a little conflict of scheduling, so I don't know when that's going to happen or if it's going to happen. So if it does, I'll definitely let you know. This is considered to be a Torah pointer. You use this when you're reading or studying the Torah or scriptures because it is considered to be so, how do I want to say? You just don't even want to touch it. So you use the pointer to touch. Amazon, I think, is where Judy got it. Amazon. Moisha is... thank you, my darling. Thank you for telling me I'm doing... I try to study the scriptures the best that I can. In the Hebrew, the Chaldee, and the Greek. Sometimes, but I'm there. I'm here for it. Now, my husband, that blessing of the prayer, speaks the Hebrew like, hello. How I came up with Moisha, how I came up with sacred documents. Thank you so much. How I came up with Moisha is because a long time ago I had a client from Israel that I just loved. And his name is Moisha. And I just thought how fitting for that. He was hilarious too. He always told me he thought that I spoke like a Jewish woman who wanted chicken salad. Listen, if you would ever sit with me in a cafe, but hold on, I've got to show this. Thank you, my darling. In honor of Chuck, rest in peace. Thanks for sharing your Chuck Norris story. You're welcome. I couldn't wait to get on here and tell you. Um, let me see. Read last night that Eric has 2 kids. Yes, we've known that those children, and I predicted that and said the children are going to be a topic of discussion soon, and I know that they are. Why do I feel like I have to have a seatbelt on? Because it's coming. Thank you, Barbara. Bless you, my darling. Thank you. You're so kind for a little Venmo. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And Lisa, if you are here, thank you, my darling. I got to tell you this. One time when I was in Canada, here we go. Here's a story. One time when I was in Canada, hi, my darlings, come on in. Come on in. To me, I'm just going to tell you, to me, we have a duty to study and research. It drives me absolutely cuckoo to have and to hear people just sit around all day. Oh, I don't have anything to do. Well, get a book, learn something, do something. And by the way, I'm going to show you the hubby's book is about to come out. Let me show you. I got to show you this because I am going to brag a little bit. I'm the one that came up with this cover, and you're going to love it. Oh wait, I have to do it a different way. I'm going to show you the cover, and you guys are going to love it. But I'm going to tell you a story that really means nothing, and you're just going to love it. And it just goes to show how you can just get along with others everywhere, anyhow. And that's the way it is. Here we go. This is the cover of his book, Immortal Principles for Mortal Living. And I want you to know this is a book because I'm editing it. Because remember, English is not his first language. And when he gets going in the English, it all sounds Greek. No, but it is. Hi, my darlings. Hello. Welcome, welcome. So this is what it's going to be. And there's some little hidden things in there. So yes, that is what we came up with. And as soon as it's done, I'm just going to be putting it right out there for all of you. And then I'm working on my book too. The name of that is Seeing Crime. I don't know what my cover is going to look like yet. I wanted to get his out and then finish mine. I've got to tell you, thank you so much, my darlings. And those will be available, pardon me. Those will be available on the True Oracle Psychic Shop. Yeah, that's a big letter opener, isn't it? So I got to tell you this story. One time, thank you so much. One time I was in Canada on Bloor Street. I love Bloor Street. It's the most European, without being in Europe, that you can possibly get. I was with my German friends, meeting with my French friends, who were meeting with some Italians that were meeting. We had a huge, great big table. And talk about laugh. I mean, and we were outside. We were laughing at that time. There was a cafe. It was a French cafe, and they have seating outside. And I loved it because it reminded me of Café du Monde. And I've got to get some of that coffee. But we were sitting outside all under the and there wasn't a table big enough, so they kind of pushed some tables, you know how it is when you try to push a round table together, but you're just sandwiched in, and we were under these umbrellas, and the atmosphere was wonderful, and we were all having nice time. Most of them spoke English. I spoke at that time very little German, very little French, very little Italian, just enough to know that you can't know it, that you don't know enough. That's really what it is. So I'm going to tell you, I had to go to the ladies' room. So I asked our waitress, can you please tell me where the ladies' room is? Now listen, I've always been one of these where you just don't send out announcements. Just a minute, I have to go. Right? So I'm calling over the waitress and saying, can you please, now she's a French girl, can you please tell me where the ladies' room is? She looked at me, didn't answer, went on, poured coffee, and she skipped my cup. I knew what that was all about. I knew what that was all about. So everybody else was kind of looking. So the French friends piped in and said, please fill her cup and tell her where the restroom is. Aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît. And so finally, the German people that I was with were kind of doing the, and finally I looked at her and said, wo ist dein Toiletten bitte? And she, oh, and points to me. So the fact that I was speaking English in a French cafe with the Germans and the French and the Italians made her mad. Hello. And you can believe we did not go back. And you can believe we did not leave her a tip. And that's just the way that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I do not like it. When do I think the book will be out? I've got some more editing to do. We're going to make it where I think you can order a hardback, but we're going to also make it to where you can get a ebook as well. You can get it. I wanted to see if there was a way that we could do autograph by Lord Greggor, but I don't think that we can because it's just the whole thing. Yeah, just snooty. Yeah, what a cow. What a cow. So no, I'm don't tip with that kind of trash. You don't fill my cup and you don't tell me where to go to the ladies' room. You don't get nothing. So anyway, then I got to tell you this. Oh, I'm sorry, Mama Two Boys. I have decided, because there was one time that I was going to do lunch. I would show you on what I'm having for lunch and, blah, 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 blah. And I've decided I'm not going to do that. You know why? Because when you want to do something on the Tubes of You and any other type of the TikTok or the Book of Faces or any of those things, you do your research first. For me, you don't just jump in face first, feet first, and try to tread water. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know, da 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 da. Know what you're doing. It's your business. I've decided I'm not doing that. The videos, the shorts that I have come across of these young girls, they're not eating. They're at a daggone barn trough. And the noises that they make, and food dripping all over them and taking big bites. And I'm like, dear jumping jollies, what have we? I was watching a little bit of that, and the mister kind of looked at me. He never says anything. He just will look at me like, really? That's entertainment? So, So no, I'm not doing it because you know what? If you don't, then your channel won't grow, and I won't slide down that little scale. So no, I'm not doing it. I think it's disgusting. Now, I like to watch the cooking shows, but I got to tell you a little something. These little skinny girls, because here's the thing. If I eat, I'm going to eat it. Sorry, I'm going to eat it. But these little skinny girls, they do cut edits. If you watch, they'll do a cut edit. They'll eat and then they'll spit it out. What? Oh, hello. Why are we like, there we go. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. When I'm with the mister and we have our tea, I don't even clang my spoon because you're not supposed to. Sometimes if I'm in the kitchen, I have a plastic fork because I'll drink honey in my tea. He's like, hello. I'll drink. So I'll just stir a little bit with a plastic fork so I don't make a lot of noise. That's just the way it is. When he was here, every time he's here, he talks to me about the etiquette because I will have to be meeting some people. And, the signals and the signs and whatever. Now, it's not like a high British royalty. It's more like a continental house, more military type, but it's very good. But hello, I'm not going to do that. I just think, oh my heck. See the tea back here. No, I'm not doing it. There is a certain etiquette that you use, and even he and I together, we are. You would think that we are, whatever, Lord and Lady. Okay, come here, come close, come close, dear universe, for all of those who are watching and listening today. I am saying that you will send them abundance beyond belief. You will be sending them good health in more than measure what they could ever believe. You will be sending them their heart's desire. Send them that extra money that they need today. Send them that peach pie that they're hungry for. Send them that little extra that they can help someone else in their family or their friends. I'm asking for the universe to send you vibes. So why don't you put your hand on mine right? Oh, somebody's doing it. Put your hand on mine right now as we agree together that you will be prosperous, healthy, wealthy, abundant, beyond your belief. You will be blessed more than ever you have thought before. The universe is pouring out beyond measure on top of you. It's done. Count on it. It's coming. Don't sit back and think, oh, I don't get anything. I don't do anything. Stop. Stop. Your mindset is keeping you down here when you can go up here. Do you have your rice jars? Got to get your rice jar. You got to get your rice jar. Just a minute. I'm going to go get my rice jar. I'm going to show you my rice jar. I'll be right back. Where? Why don't I have these things? I don't know. Probably because I don't know. I'll be right back. Here we are back again. Hello, this is my rice jar. And you can see this is an old this is an old pasta sauce jar from Classico. I like Classico pasta sauce because I'll put it in a glass pan and I bake it. Yes, I bake my pasta sauce because then it becomes rich and flavorful. Honey, Mama, you hang in there. Now, I'm going to tell you, look at my rice jar. Look at my rice jar. You can see there's a little bay leaf in here. I got a little bit of money in there, the foldy kind. A rice jar is something that you can attract. If you want something, you put it in your rice jar. You charge it under the new moon, under the full moon, any special moon we have. You can change your rice jar. I just took out mine out of a bowl and put it back in a jar because every time I would go through, I would stir it with my finger and then rice would go all over the place. This, you need a rice jar. You don't eat it afterward. But I'm going to tell you, I have been on this rice jar, and I want you to know when I open it up, it literally smells like I put perfume in here, and I didn't. And that's where there's no holes in the lid. You don't put holes in the lid. You just lice the antenna. That's right. You just put, and I put mine upside down, and I keep it. See, and you put cinnamon, attracts money, bay leaves. I use bay leaves and I write what I want on the bay leaf and stick it in the rice jar. That's what I do. If you want to really know about the rice jar stuff, I've got an ebook that I've written. It's in the psychic shop. But here's the thing. Keep the rice jar. You keep moving it. You put your intention in there. Rice attracts. And believe me, when I started doing rice jar, Mrs. Marie, who owns True Oracle and the psychic line that I'm on, hello. I mean, it is abundance, abundance. Yes, you get an abundance check from the universe. Go into psychic. If you go to True Oracle, hold on. We've got to fix this because you all need it. Let me get here something. You see this right here? trueoracle.com//psychic shop. Let me see if I've got a better one here that I can put out for you. Well, here we go. You can do that is better. You can put sage in it. You can put your bay leaf. You can put cinnamon in it. You go to trueoracle.com and then you go into the shop. Listen, come close. There is a free check from the universe that is blank. It is written on the bank of the universe. Oh, look who's here. Mrs. Marie. I have manifested everything in my rice jar every single year. It ain't no joke, my friends. It ain't no joke. You can put anything in it. You write yourself little love notes. I have good health, but don't say I want, because that's telling the universe that you don't have it. Good health is mine. I'm enjoying good health for me. I'm enjoying this. Yeah, Mrs. Marie, she's Miss Rice Jar. Definitely. And that's what you put in there. I have an abundance of health. I have an abundance of wealth, health, all kinds of good things. I have an abundance of all of this. I have an abundance. Give me a second. I got to send a link to somebody. I have an abundance. And you write it and you put it in your... Now listen. Run, don't walk to the psychic shop. All you need to do is put in your email address. We don't sell your emails. We don't sell them. We will send you updates. You'll get a beautiful manifestation newsletter, all these other things. You'll get all this stuff. And that, my darling, you download your check for the abundance of the universe, written on the bank of the universe. Now, you can't cash it. So just don't go into the bank and get arrested and then say, but Zelda told me to do it. But you can't cash it. You got to go in and you write it out to yourself and make it realistic. Make it realistic. I'm trying to find a link. Oh boy, this is something else. Give me a second. I have a client who wants to come on and watch. Okay. So that's what you do, my darlings. Sorry about that. So just do that. Just do it for yourself and for others. Because I'm just going to tell you, if you don't help yourself, you are not going to be in a position where you can help other people. That's how it works. And that's why we're supposed to be here. Someone is asking, what is a rice jar? A rice jar is you put rice in a jar, just like this. You can use any old jar. It can be small, large, hello. You can do any size jar. You put rice in there, and then you put in all your intentions. You write them in on little, I got all kinds of little pieces of paper and money. There's my bay leaf sticking up. There's some money in there. There's all kinds of things. I have manifested so much. I just had to keep adding. I love it. If you really want one, then you go into the psychic shop, you put in your email address, and you you get what you need on the check. That's what you need. And I don't know why mine smells good. It doesn't even smell like a bay leaf. Seriously, it doesn't smell like a bay leaf at all. It smells perfumey. Gorgeous. I don't know. But do that, please. I don't see your psychic shop. You put your email. No, honey, this is it. Let me get it back on the screen. Look on the screen here, just a second. Right there. That is the website. And then on there, it'll say shop. And then you go into where it says shop. She made rice pudding with yours. Oh, well, honey, you will be abundant. So, yeah, there you go. There you go. It's an ebook. All you have to do is just go in there, get the ebook, but the check is free. The check is free. You can add cinnamon sticks. I don't know if I would do clove, but definitely cinnamon. I've done orange. You can get the essence of orange. You can do it all. You can do it all. It's really nice. Any kind of rice. If you don't have rice, use oatmeal. Dry oatmeal. If you don't have dry oatmeal, use dry corn. I mean, don't let any of that stop you. Good. I got the booklet. I got the check. Good. Good. Manifest the absolute stuff. Just manifest, because I'm going to tell you something. It works. And I want you to know this. For those of you who are looking for relationships, I was not looking for one. Y'all know that. And I'd said it here a long time. And look at me now. I'm the happiest that I've been in a very long time. You can do that with your rice jar. But that is also a technique, right? Once you get something good, question. I don't remove the note because you never know. You might just get something better or more or whatever. I don't remove it. Thank you, Alyssa, for the Venmo. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. It's usually, yes, you can do that. You can do that. You can believe in your rice jar for that. Yes. 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 Sharon, do you feel they will find Nancy Guthrie? That's a two-part question for me, and let me say this. They will if they put effort into it. I think that they have to a certain degree, but I think that there's more. I think there's more they need to do. Peanut, oh my gosh, thank you. There you go, my darling. Captain Jerry's got it right below your comment. Thank you so much. Let me see if I've got a banner. Now, you know what? Here we are. There was a song. You know how at the end I'm always singing, I'm so glad we have this time together. There was a Lawrence Welk. Lawrence Welk? Yeah. What is that song? Good night. Da-da-da-dum. Da-da-dum. Da-da-dum. Da-da-da-dum. Da-dum. Until we see again. Remember that song? Adios. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Good night. Remember that? I've got to learn that so I can sing that to you all. Let me see. Rose, I'm going to tell you something about the missing general. That is very political, very international, and it is very huge. And when I just kind of looked in it, I went, no. No. So no, I will not be. I will not be. There's a lot about UFO stuff that's real, that he knows. And there's a backstory that's wild. So I don't think I will. Thank you very much. Fair blessings, 321. I appreciate you and your generosity. Thank you. Carol Burnett. That's right. She always pulled on her little earlobe. That's right. Yeah, it is horrible the way she was treated. Let me see. What else are you going to say? Heard that Nancy is down south. Not going to listen. The river. Old abandoned church. No. No, I'm sorry to say. She's not there. Just downloaded the check. Good girl. It's lovely. I'm going to back shop after this live show. Baby girl, my kitty. Aww. Hi, baby girl. I just put some cat food and water out for a neighborhood cat that looks like Sammy, and she keeps running up here and looking at me. Shh. I don't need another one, but I don't want her hungry. She see her around here all the time. Venmo is an app. That's correct. Just like Cash App. Let's see. He was something else. That general, yeah. Yes. So, my darlings, we've been on here almost 2 hours already. I've had so much fun with you guys tonight. Now, let me see what the next one is. Next Saturday is the last Saturday of March. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's the last Saturday. Where last weekend was my birthday. What? What? Why? What happened? I don't know. Next Saturday, I will be doing something fun. I will be doing something fun too. I will be doing something fun. Nanabe, do I think it'll be a long time when Nancy is found? The longer they wait, the less they're going to be able to find. They need to start dragging some places. They need to start putting some places in. They need to start looking through places. I have a Cash App. Oh, thank you, Judith. Thank you so much, my darling. Thank you, thank you. And you know what I'm going to start really doing is I really want to extend good frequency and vibration. I think I need to do that again in this channel and just teach you, because so many people, and it's so sad that I get so many comments of people that have been taught that all this stuff is evil. Well, first of all, what's behind it? Obviously, you're not evil. I'm not evil. So then you have to start breaking it down. We might just start talking a little bit about that. So tomorrow is your son's birthday. Mama Jay's happy birthday to your son. Happy birthday to your son. Happy birthday, Mama Jay's son. Happy birthday to you, and many more. Cats are the oldest form of the internet and the pre-fax machine, right? They bring all kinds of things. Yeah, he was of sound mind. He knew. There's reasons why people do that. Thank you. Oh, look at that little profile. Rupolian. Thank you. I think I said that right. If I didn't, pardon me. Thank you for being here, and thank you for becoming a member. I think I've got just about everyone now. I think he might have gone to meet someone because he was out. No. No. Just trust me, we're not going to see him again. Let me see. Good. Martha, thank you, my darling. Martha, thank you very, very much for the Venmo. Bless you, my darling. There's a way to send to Zelda. There's a way to send to send to Venmo. I think so. I don't use PayPal. I've had so much trouble with them. I just don't. I don't. They've lost money, took money, stole money. I just don't deal with them. Thank you so much. I love all your videos. You guys are wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Do you know my piano teacher came today? And yes, I'm learning how to play the piano at 64. Dawn, listen. Do I not love you? Do I not love you? I'm still taking classes. I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden, and you can ask Mrs. Marie, what are you doing? Oh, I'm taking this editing class. What are you doing? Oh, I'm taking this class. What are you doing? I'm taking that class. Because we are here to learn. And the more you learn, because here's the thing. Here's what I want you to think about tonight and tomorrow. And all of this. Got it? Dawn, I've always wanted to play the piano, and I took piano lessons a long time ago. And you know what the teacher told my parents? We can't teach her. It's because I always played by ear. I never read music. Even when I was singing, I can read music to a certain degree, but I can't read music. I don't know why. It just doesn't compute. Let me see. Hi there, darling. Sharing the info in case someone wanted to use PayPal to send it to you. Okay, well, thank you so much, my darling. Thank you. Thank you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. So let me tell you about this. We are here to learn. Until the day I'm 6 feet under, I'm either going to be taking class, maybe even past that. I'm going to be taking classes. I'm going to be doing all this. When I'm in Europe, I'm going to be doing things. I'm going to be reading. This is how to strengthen and keep your mind going. By vitamin B, and keep learning, keep reading. Now, if you don't like to read, I get it, but get an audiobook. If you don't learn to read, just get an audiobook. If you want to learn an instrument, do it. What's stopping you? How old are you going to be if you don't do it? Here's the deal, my darlings. Do you know how many people will email me and say, I just don't know what to do? What am I supposed to do in life? Well, first of all, start doing something for yourself. Start focusing. Pick up a book. What do you like to read? And get rid of the trash Harlequin romances. They didn't do anybody any good, except make you feel bad when you're not in a romance. Pick up something, because I'll tell you what happens when you do that. When you pick up something to read that is good for you to read, can be self-help, it can be anything. Read The Alchemist. That's one of the best books that you could ever read. Read The Alchemist. Read all kinds of things. Read, because the more you start, and Kindle is free. If you can't buy anything, get a Kindle. There are a lot of classics. English literature is my favorite, but they have free Pride and Prejudice, free The Art of War, free. I mean, you wouldn't believe it. I have over 500 titles on my Kindle. I'm just going to say, because one day, if an opportunity comes in front of you, you will no longer say, oh, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? You'll say, you know what? I can do that based on what I learned. And all I have to do is do this and this and this, and you'll know the direction to go to learn. Do you know Harvard gives free classes now? Harvard. There's no excuse not to learn. None. Learning is your foundation. Learning is your backbone. And that's what it's all about. You got to do it. You got to do it. I'm an independent author. So is Lord Greggor. We're not going to go through. Listen, you won't find my books on Amazon, Because by the time Amazon gets done picking your pocket, you don't have anything in all your efforts. Because to me, if you're going to do something like that, you've got to make money doing it because it's a fair trade. You have to have fair trade. That's what it works down to. Susan, honey, I don't know what you're doing that I would have to. I don't know what it says that you're doing wrong. So do it. Learn. Make that commitment to yourself, not to anybody else. Forget everybody else. Forget. And here's the thing I want you to commit to yourself this year. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions because they are there to make you fail. Because the moment that something happens that you stumble, you're going to just say, I'm sorry. Can't do it anyway. Forget about it. Commit to yourself. Commit to yourself. Commit. Let me see something here. Because when you do, it will be so fantastic. Do you know that I retired last year? I retired last year. You know what that did? That gave me more time to do what I really want to do. And I'm not going to stop. And I'm not going to retire from this, and I'm not going to leave this, and I'm not going to say, well, I'm going to take the time to travel. No, if I travel, you all are coming with me. If I can record it, I will. If I can't, you'll hear about it. That's the way I feel. I am such a huge person for learning. And here's the thing, my darling. When you go to school and university don't teach you how to study. They just throw something here, learn that, test on Friday. What? They don't teach you how to study. They don't teach you how to learn. And I got a little something up my sleeve that I want to teach you all, and I got to put it together. But if anybody out there would like to be a little bit more nosy and become just your own little investigator, I'm going to put a book together to show you a checklist where you have to start checking. Follow where they spend, where to start checking, where to start looking. Look in the assessor's office, look in the courthouse, look in the records. Most everybody, most everything is public knowledge. And I might even put a little bit in there about forensic tarot profiling. Because sometimes here's what you have to do. You have to know your tarot so well, inside and out. You have to know the Cartomancy and the Oracle cards so well that when it comes time for you to say, wait a minute, I need this to go in a different direction. What can you tell me? That sometimes the meanings of those cards, we can't be so rigid. Sometimes the meanings of those cards have to go to the wayside. And you have to say, okay, I need guidance and direction on this. Show me what I need. And that's when you start looking at the symbols. And that's why I always say, if you're going to do that, then you need to get the Rider-Waite, the original Rider-Waite, because it doesn't work with other tarot cards. I've got a ton of tarot decks. But you have to know and you have to learn. You've got to know. And if you want to learn the Cartomancy and you want to learn the tarot, those ebooks are in the shop as well. And I wrote them based on what I know and all of that. But learning how to study is first and foremost what to look for, what to underline. I know people that study and they just sit there and underline every bloody chapter. Well, what the heck are you doing? Learning how to point out Learn to recognize dates. And because when you know when there's a date in a book, something around it is important. There's all kinds of things like that, my darlings. You can learn different languages. Thank God the mister is helping me with my German. But you can learn that, and most of it I learn on my own. I butcher the tar out of it, but I'm still doing it. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Thank you to all of you. Thank you, thank you. Well, you know what, my darlings? It only takes 15 minutes a day. It only takes 15 minutes a day. It's the time that it takes for you to gather up all your laundry. That's what I did. I knew my reading time was laundry time. I would gather my laundry. I knew what cycle to put it in. I got 45 minutes to read. Skippity-doo-dah, skippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Skippity-doo-dah, skippity-yay. That's what you got to do. You got to get up in the morning and sing that. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. There you go. My dog, I speak to my cats in German. I speak to my son in German, and I speak to my cats in German. When I had a dog, I spoke to her in German. So they know because of the vibration of the words. Did you know that? Did you know that languages are all frequency and vibration? And that's why sometimes when you start learning, words sound. I learned that from you know who. Because when you think in German, you can't think in English. You got to think in German. And that's where people get messed up, because you're trying to think about it in German. Ian speaks a little bit. He speaks a little bit. You could all be the Nancy Drew Zelda knots. That's right. You speak Hungarian? That's beautiful. I love that. Do I have any other social media other than here? Not that I am active on. I do. I'm on X, but I don't post because I don't want to get, people just, I don't speak Italian, but I sing it. I don't, I'm on the Book of Faces, but I don't post it. I'm on the socials. I'm on the Talkie Tick, but I'm on there. Das ist gut. Alles gut. I'm on there just to be on there, because I like to look for werewolves and skinwalkers and the mermaids under the bridge in Chicago. Hello. Can I sing an Italian song? Oh mio bambino caro. There you go. Cherokee. Oh, that's wonderful. So you're a wind talker. I love that. Your Texas accent is too thick. Oh, I love it. I love it. Where can you get pink rice? I don't know. You can always put pink Himalayan salt in it, but it's whatever rice that you want to get. Debbie, thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you, thank you. I love it. Thank you, thank you. But if I can, oh wait, here we go. Let's have a conversation. Do you think mermaids were to lead soldiers to their, or do you think they were beautiful and nice? No, I don't think they're beautiful and nice at all. They call them sirens for a reason. And all of that is a fallacy, another fairy tale that we are to believe. You get caught with one of those gals, you ain't coming back. I believe in all of that stuff. It's the part of the lower astral. Yes, that stuff. You can use food coloring. I don't know how much. What is a windwalker? See? Whoo, jump, 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 Zelda. Should have had that coffee. Oh, what is a wind talker? A wind talker used to be in World War II, where they had our Cherokee Nation would communicate on radios, because the Cherokee language, you can't hack it. And the enemies were not able to figure out what was being said. That is a wind talker. Yes, thank you so much. Knowledge with you. Thank you. Navajo. Oh, yes, Navajo. Yes, yes, yes. Coffee. No, the sirens were mermaids. I do not know that sirens were mermaids. Yes, that's what they're really called. We need to have would you guys like to have these conversations? I do with the crime. And I said that I just, listen, I love the Indian nations. I think they're beautiful. And I've learned, I used to have some Cherokee friends. I just think that they're beautiful people, and they know so much, and they're so spiritual. I just love them. They screech in the sea. That's right. Now, I asked them the last, and I'm going to ask all of you. Would you like to see the real paranormal cameras in some of these places that are like Illindonan Castle in Scotland, or Leap Castle, or the Wilbury Library, or would you like to watch I mean, it may be like, I'm just going to warn you, it just might be watching paint dry. Who knows? But if you want to do that, let's do that. Maybe we'll do it next weekend. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just sit and we have these conversations, because look, I'm telling you, this stuff, and I heard that woman, pardon me, there's another. Bless you, got another Cash App in. Bless you, my darling, for that payment. I don't see who that is, but thank you so much. Jean, thank you. Thank you, my darling. All the paranormal. Oh, yeah. Girl, oh, God. Listen, you've come. If you're looking for the paranormal, because I am a paranormal investigator, but I investigate the energies. You don't see me out there doing crazy stuff. We'll do it. Aliens? Yes. I'll tell you about my skinwalker experience in the Smoky Mountains National Park, where I thought I was going to literally be expired, and get the ticket to the upper room. I'll be glad. We'll go for it. We'll talk crime, but I think we can talk all these things too. My great grandmother was full-blooded on my. Oh, see, I think that I love that. I love that. Yiddish is a combo Aramaic and Hebrew High German, right? Oh, my husband speaks 5 languages fluently. Okay. Stephanie, honey, listen, it's okay. I'm just glad you're here. And for those of you who say you can't donate, you know what? Just watch a video, or just watch an ad for me. Instead of clicking through, just watch an ad. You'll be able to catch up. It won't make you fall behind. You'll catch up. And that does it right there. Thank you. Code talkers, wind talkers. Yes. Love it. Thank you. You can always chat. We can always chat while we're watching. And if I see something weird, I'll point it out. And when the weather starts getting a little bit better and things start like easing up a little bit, I will be going out and I will be doing some little things myself. So I'm going to take you all with me. We're all going to learn. We're all going to go. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I know. I'm going to tell you stories. That's why I'm here. I got to share it. And then I'm going to share what's in that. Listen, I was on that phone. He left this morning, and I was on the phone leaving him a message and saying, listen, mein Liebling, please do me a favor. And the moment that you hit that staircase, I need to know. He gets, oy vey, I'm telling you, darling. That's right. I had a woman actually come up to me one time. I was in St. Augustine, Florida. I don't know why. Well, I do know why I was there, but I don't know why I was talking like this. And this one woman came up and she goes, I have to ask you something. I'm like, yes. Are you Jewish? No. My master is a Jew. No, I'm not Jewish. Oh. Well, are you Catholic? No. Well, I saw you at the cathedral in St. Augustine and you were lighting a candle and praying there. Oh, yeah, okay. But then I saw you at the Greek Orthodox church and you were looking at oh, so you thought I was Jewish because you saw me at the Greek Orthodox church. Makes a lot of sense. Hello, oy vey, I'm telling you, darling. Go to, the chicken salad at Greenblatt's is no longer good. All right, I do. Put your shows on. Let them run with ads. That's right, my darlings. That's what I'll do. And you know what? We'll just put it on here. We'll put it on here. I'll tell stories. We'll tell more stories. That live that I had, I tried last. It was during Mercury. But I can do that again where I can bring up the stories of Help I'm Haunted, and I will make sure that we pass through all the stuff and we'll get right to the story. We'll do all kinds of things. We'll do all kinds of things together. Thank you so much. I should have been I was an actress in musical type stuff. West Side Story, Oklahoma. Oh gosh, there was 3 more that I was on. Handel's Messiah. The mister wants me to sing Handel's Messiah and sing it on his device so it's in his grand room. So I don't know how that's going to work. But anyway. You loved the marathon? Oh, good. Good. You did carousel? Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Well, you know what? If I were boring, you guys wouldn't want to be here. Right? Right? So don't forget, here is your abundance. Well, I might do more lives. It's not selfish. I used to do them twice a week, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot of energy for me, and I have to sometimes recover, and especially because I'm doing the phone readings. I will be done by Monday morning with everybody's orders, and then that's it for a little while. But with all the content and the new channel that might be coming up, I don't know yet, but I'm going to keep you posted on that, and the writing and all these. But I love it. If I can keep going and the good Lord gives me the power to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I was wondering about you and the stage. You are awesome. Thank you. My stepdad used to tell me I should be on the first stage out of town. Can you blame him? I hope you saw. Oh. Yes. Aww. Very beautiful profile picture, too. Well, I'm glad. I want you all to have fun because we need this. We need our minds taken off. I'm going to tell you this. When I was really, really hard into the missing persons, right? And I was so much into that. I almost felt like the Sixth Sense, right? You would look around but it wasn't really like that. But it was so draining, I had to stop. And especially the little kids, just had to stop. But now, obviously, I'm climbing back into and I have to be particular of what cases. I have people sending me things all the time. And let me say this, if you are not a family member or do not have the permission of the family, I do not read. That's my thing. Because to me, I am not one of these that call up these lines. I am a psychic and I want everybody to believe me because I am right. I don't do that. And I'm not always right. And sometimes I just have a particular knowing. And that's just the way it is. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me see. Let me see what you guys are cooking. Yeah, sequin. Yeah, I don't know. I will be reading on Charlie Kirk again this week. Charlie again this week. I had to take a break from little Flossie, and I knew it was coming, and I knew it was coming hard, but oh boy. So there you go. Xanadu, I'm not sure what you mean, darling, but we'll try to help you. How much money do you put in the rice jar? I started out with $1. Then I went up to 5, and then I went up from there. So if you have coins to put in, put the coins in. If you have, it's going to be up to you. Hold on a minute, my darling. Hey, ladies, my wife, Julie, love what you do. You are amazing. Well, thank you, Julie, and thank you, Grant. Hi there. Bless you, and thank you for your sweet comment. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Listen to you. Aw, listen. Antoinette Christians. I love that. I truly listen to you. You are a truly amazing talker. You will break the can. Thank you. I have talked to some people that I'm supposed to. Whether they take it serious or not, I don't know. I've heard some of the calls they're getting, and it's atrocious. You know, and some of them are just prank, and some of them don't care. And, you know, what do I think of Afro Man? You're not going to believe this. But I know it, and I haven't been following it. I'm just too busy. I know that he's somebody that seems like he licked the system, that he was falsely accused of something. That's about all I know. That's about all I know. Thank you so much, Susan. Going to be a special tonight on Nancy Guthrie at News 4 Tucson. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Hold on, my darlings. Is this going to be on the book, on the Tubes of You? If I can get it, we'll watch. If I can't, well, let me see if I can find it. Give me a second here. Wait, give me a second here. What is it on? News 4 Tucson. Okay, let me look for that. News 4 Tucson, Arizona. I know people that say Tucson, Arizona. Let me see. Where is it? Is it going to be live? No. Oh, brother. I don't see anything on it. I mean, no, they don't have any previews on it or anything. Oh, okay. Well, I should have probably been better prepared. Sorry for that. Yes, the video that said hexed on, I did have a video that was kind of like a remote view. Oh, I need to show you that. My gosh. Look at this. Duh. Zelda, what in the heck? All right, hang in there, because I got something to show you. And this guy, I don't know what I was even thinking about. I was prepared, and then I wasn't prepared. This guy from on the Twix, I call it. Let me get together here so I can share with you. He sent me this, And I told him that I was going to use it in my live stream. And he said, yes, please. So he's probably watching. Hello. All right. Okay, let me see how I can share this to all of you, because you guys you're going to be like, what? Okay. Oh, JLR is going to broadcast it. Okay, I really don't like to broadcast it from somebody else's channel. No, I'm not going to read on the general. Let me share this with you. This is when I had the dream. I had a dream. Let me see. Let me see if I can make it bigger. How? Okay, no, wait a minute. Here is, he took a screenshot. That is the screenshot of my remote viewing that I had. And take a look at this. This was on the 13th of March. I can't see your comments right now because I'm looking at the so I can do this. But the image at the top is image 1, and then the bottom 2. And then there's this little whirlwind where I saw Nancy and someone, like, but you see there's the tunnel looking area there. I drew that out, and he found this magma mine shaft. Mine, not mind. Mine shaft. And then look at that. He found that, and I thought that was kind of amazing because it looks like that second picture there on the left-hand side of the page. So he did this on the 16th of March. He found this after he watched my channel. And then there's the tunnel, the Claypool tunnel. I just thought that was very, very interesting. The type Claypool tunnel and Google Maps. And yeah, so I wanted to share that with you because I thought that was really interesting how some of this stuff comes about. So let me stop sharing this. So my darlings, it's almost time for that. I'm not going to be able to find it. So I want to say how much I love you guys and thank you. Let's see. Wait a minute. Where Nancy Specials on YouTube at News for. Let me see if I can find that again. Just give me a second. Sometimes these places don't like it when you use their information. I've got their channel up, but there's nothing. It just shows the maybe, is it on YouTube or do I need to go on their channel? Let me look on their channel real fast. KVOA, let's see what happens here. There's the page. I don't see. Nope, I don't see. I don't see it, my darlings. I don't know. I guess we're going to have to say goodbye. I'm on their page, but I don't see it. Let me see. There was something 45 minutes ago. It's not going to let me play it. I'm going to let you guys go so you can run and see it. Okay. I'm going to try to find it too. And we'll go from there. Channel 4, I just pulled up. Why am I not able to pull it up? KVOA News 4. Let me try it that way. It's not showing me anything. Just showing me past and how Robert Mueller passed away today and blah, blah. So it's not showing me anything. So I guess I don't know. I should have been better prepared. I just found it on Google. Start now. Look at, it's actually a premiere, not a live. Is it on YouTube? Is it on YouTube or is it on their page? If it's on YouTube, I might be able to find, let me see. Oh, I see it. Hold on. Hold on. Good. We're just in time. Here we go, my darlings. I'll share it. There we go. Got it. I've got it right here. Let me share it. Found it. Here we go. This is it, right? We got it. We'll see what happens here. There we go. Aww, that's so sweet about your little doggy. Can you guys see it okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you see it okay, please. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. I've got it sharing screen right here. Okay, good. Somebody sent me, oh, Mary, you sent me a PayPal. Thank you, my darling. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you. Let me try to get rid of that chat. I don't like to see a chat. Give me a second. I guess I can't do anything about it. I'm glad y'all told me about it. That's kind of loud.
for Nancy Guthrie continues. Our community and the nation
May need
are
to turn this
rallying
up,
around our
darlings.
family to share messages of love and hope.
We have been praying from the start of this. It was just heart-wrenching just hearing about this.
Nothing really like this ever happens around here, so we're all praying.
A community united with one plea: bring her home.
Good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining us tonight for our special program, Bring Her Home, the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. I'm Sean Mooney.
And I'm Monica Garcia. We are 6 weeks into this deeply troubling mystery. Investigators say 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, mother of Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie, was taken from her home in the middle of the night. The case continues to shake our community and grip the nation.
Tonight, there are still no answers, no arrests, no motive, and no sign of Nancy.
Its sources close to the case tell us investigators aren't any closer to solving it. Nancy's daughter, Savannah, again on behalf of the family, reiterating an urgent plea for your help.
To bring her home.
If you've been waiting and you haven't been sure, let this be your sign to please come forward, tell what you know, and help us bring our beloved mom home. Please be the light in the dark.
And a light in the dark is just what this case needs. Let's start by taking you back to the beginning. Nancy was last seen the night of January 31st at her home near Skyline in Campbell. She was dropped off there by her son-in-law at 9:48 p.m. after having dinner with family. By midday Sunday, Nancy didn't show up to watch church service at a friend's home. Her friend called Nancy's oldest daughter, who called 911. What began as a missing persons search quickly turned into one of the most complex investigations our country has seen in years.
The Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos has given many interviews on the case, but this interview is a bit different. He takes us back to what he remembers about that day when she went missing, shares what's happened since, and has a message for the person or people who took her.
It started with a call.
Take me back to the night of Sunday, January 31st. When did you get the call that Nancy was missing?
My team had notified me of a missing person. Search and rescue was searching the area.
And we begin tonight with breaking news. The Pima County Sheriff's Department is looking for a missing woman tonight. Good evening.
And there were some concerns with what they were seeing at the scene.
And Skyline is where we are.
Investigators confirmed the missing woman was Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Savannah Guthrie, a name recognized across the country and deeply rooted in the Tucson community.
I don't even know that I knew it was the Guthrie family until closer to 6, 7 o'clock that evening.
Miss Guthrie is the mother of Today's Show anchor Savannah Guthrie.
Within hours, the investigation was expanding with the eyes of the nation watching.
The FBI was plugged in that Sunday. Monday morning, we got a quick briefing. They had processed the scene, and we knew we needed some help.
After the public appeal,
We do, in fact, have a crime scene. That we do, in fact, have a crime.
Area right outside of Nancy Guthrie's house.
press conferences, drawing hundreds of reporters.
We are aware of a ransom letter that was sent to the local media.
A tip hotline was created.
To thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom.
Billboards went up in several states, but the decision to clear the crime scene, followed by renewed searches in the weeks after, has drawn criticism.
A major focus all of a sudden on the house again.
Though Sheriff Chris Nanos says he stands by the work of his investigators.
Sheriff, looking back at this past month in the investigation, did it go the way you wanted it to go?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
here's the thing.
why?
Well, Sheriff, did you regret this? Look, I have no regrets about my team and their efforts. I don't regret we let the crime scene go too soon or any of that. That's just silly.
New FBI recovery.
Then 10 days later, the biggest break in the case, doorbell video released showing a suspect.
With what appears to be
I
a
didn't
gun
even
at
see it,
Nancy
Kitty.
Guthrie's home the night of her disappearance.
Today, it remains one of the key pieces of evidence investigators are still leaning on. But it's not the only evidence detectives are analyzing.
Cell phone data, pings, cameras. I mean, how much are you guys leaning into that information, that evidence?
You know, it could be a cell tower dump, could be analyzing the cell phone.
So there is still digital evidence that you guys are waiting on to
Well, we're analyzing all the time, yes.
The sheriff says
It's all
investigators
about
have
him.
gathered a lot of information. They're just not able to share much of it publicly right now.
If you could talk directly to the person who took Nancy, what is your message?
Give her up. Let her go.
Or
Just let her
whatever.
go. Just take her to a clinic, a hospital. Drop her off. Just let her go.
And you've seen these photos before. This is the person that Sheriff Nanos is referring to. The FBI released these stills obtained from Nancy's Ring camera of a masked suspect at her front door. They believe this individual is a man between 5'9" and 5'10". You can see he's wearing gloves and a ski mask, carrying a black Ozark Trail hiker pack, and has what appears to be a gun on his waistband. Take another good look at these shots. If you have any information, reach out immediately.
Tell us, Nano, why he's wearing that holster the way he is.
For weeks now, you've heard about the evidence, the tips, and the rewards, all focused on finding Nancy. But we don't think you've heard enough about who Nancy Guthrie is. News for Tucson's Andrew Capasso sat down with some of the people who worked with Nancy and want you to know the impact she's had in our community.
A big part of Nancy Guthrie's life in Southern Arizona is anchored right here at the University of Arizona. From literally helping save thousands of lives over the decades to helping students in the communication industry.
I always think about Nancy as this quiet leader who was so effective without ever working at it. That's just the way she is.
Former professor Jacqueline Sharkey worked with Nancy for decades.
She always has had superb communication skills. And she used those to help lead a couple of very important public health and education initiatives that we worked on together.
One project the two worked on, saving the Poison Information Center at the U of A, the place on the chopping block due to budget cuts. Sharkey says Guthrie got right to work.
Gathered more than 20,000
I'm going to tell you my thought when we're
signatures that
done.
were delivered to the governor, and the Poison Center was saved.
She says while the work was not easy,
This is in the pre-internet days. So we're talking about brochures and fact sheets and petitions that a small group of people took all over the state.
the impact of that work continues today.
Thousands of Arizonans have benefited from the Poison Center in the 30 years since Nancy had a major role in leading it.
That impact is something Dave Coulier says he's also experienced. He worked with Nancy on the School of Journalism's Advisory Council.
Was a huge champion of journalism and the University of Arizona. She was looking out for everybody, all the graduates of the program, and frankly, of the whole university.
He says Guthrie put passion into every project she touched.
There are a lot of people who wanted to get involved for resume builders or certain ego trips and that sort of thing, but not Nancy. She had a quiet power. I mean, she wasn't the loud, talkative person in the room. She was the thoughtful person who provided input when it was needed.
Now, as the tribute to Guthrie grows outside her home, Sharkey says she is not surprised.
It's all a sign of how much Nancy means to us and the enormous impact she had on the community and on our lives.
An impact she says everyone from her Catalina Foothills neighborhood to the U of A and beyond can all learn from.
She's a role model for how to live a life filled with meaning.
And one other thing Sharkey told me, for Nancy, she says it has never been about the credit, but always about the people. Sharkey says that selflessness is precisely why Nancy's impact is felt so deeply across Tucson today. Reporting at the University of Arizona, I'm Andrew Capasso, News 4 Tucson.
And after hearing that story, it is easy to understand why Nancy's sudden disappearance sent shockwaves through our community.
3 days after she went missing, Nancy's daughter, Savannah, turned to social media asking everyone to pray. So that's just what Tucson did.
Most merciful God, we pray for our sister Nancy.
We needed a place to come together. And so a vigil popped into my head, and I know both Nancy and Savannah are very faithful, and I just feel like even if people don't pray, I feel like people want to do something. And if they can come together and share hugs and share stories, then that might make it a little easier.
Sally Shamrell helped organize the vigil. She says she met Nancy through her daughter, Savannah Guthrie, when the two were both young journalists at KVOA 30 years ago.
Welcome all of you who have come from the wider community for this vigil, for this time of prayer for Nancy.
Lupita Murillo is another former colleague who wanted to do something to send a message to the family that they weren't alone, and coming together was the way to do it.
Holding a vigil will make us feel like we're doing something positive. We're rallying around the family. We're asking God to please bring Nancy home.
Earlier in the week, Savannah had asked her social media followers to please pray.
We believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers.
And that's exactly what hundreds did at St. Philip's Church that night. They came from all over, many not knowing what to say, but others speaking out, praying for Nancy's return.
God is everything. I prayed for Nancy last night, and I assured her she's got this, she can do it, and we're behind her.
The church's pews filled with people holding candles, there to support the family and to pray for Nancy's return. Some who had never met her, and others who had known the 84-year-old for decades.
It's nice to show that Tucsonans are going to come out and support someone that the community loves.
And those two words, please pray, the plea sent out from Savannah Guthrie, certainly answered that night. Now, though, as the weeks have gone by, the faith shared that night and since remains as strong as ever. As Tucson continued their prayers, investigators continued their work to find Nancy. Sources say tips and cell phone pings led to raids conducted in both Rio Rico and Tucson. But they didn't give them the break they were hoping for. The first one, the night of February 10th, a man was detained in Rio Rico and questioned by investigators.
What a joke.
Then on February 13th, police detained and questioned 3 people following a law enforcement operation near First Avenue and Orange Grove in the Shadow Hills neighborhood. No arrests were made in either operation. Evidence analysis in the Guthrie case has also proven to be futile so far. On February 11th, the first black glove was found in a field about 2 miles from Nancy Guthrie's home. On the 17th, the DNA was entered into a national database, CODIS, but came back with no matches. Then on March 4th, the DNA was traced to a restaurant worker who was not connected to the case. While that didn't bring any answers, detectives are still hoping surveillance video will. They're concentrating on this zone you see right here, bound by Campbell Avenue, Ina Road, La Cholla Boulevard, and River Road. If you live in that area and have video that shows anything out of the ordinary, you can find a link to share it with investigators on our website at kvoa.com/Nancy Guthrie. And as investigators continue to work the case, outside Nancy's home, a shrine in her honor continued to grow.
What investigators?
It started with a simple sign.
Who?
Dear Guthrie family, your neighbors stand with you. And over the next few days, the messages of hope and prayer continue to grow, along with candles and flowers. Among the chaos in front of the home and up and down the neighborhood street, the signs and other items, a constant reminder of the reason for it all.
We're praying to God that she is going to be returned to her family and she is safe and she's well. That is God's wishes, to have her return to her family back to Tucson.
Neighbors enduring the interruption in their daily lives in their once quiet Foothills neighborhood. Many stopping by now to show their support.
I just came to bring some flowers in support of Nancy and the Guthrie family, to show that we're coming together as a community.
But others coming from beyond Tucson to bring their message of hope for Nancy's return.
Thank you for being here, my darling.
Arizona, Mesa, and I came down to pay my respects. I'm still praying for Nancy's safe return.
All of those heartfelt messages heard and felt deeply by the Guthrie family. Savannah and her sister Annie, along with her husband Tommaso Cioni, returning to the neighborhood on March 2nd to meet with neighbors, to thank them for their continued love and support throughout the search for Nancy. The three stopping by what has become a street-side shrine, representing the many praying for Nancy's return. Savannah and her sister carrying yellow flowers, overcome with emotion as they looked at the hundreds of messages and tributes left behind to honor their mom. That neighborhood display remains a reminder of the never-ending support
a little bit
Tucson
of biscuits and gravy that I made earlier today
for Nancy Guthrie. And what investigators and the Guthrie family believe is that your tips are critical to finding Nancy. Tens of thousands of tips have already poured in from across the country, but we're still looking for that one clue that will break this case. The reward for Nancy Guthrie's return now tops $1 million. Much of that came from her family, but Michael Hoopy, a lawyer from Wisconsin, added $100,000 of his own money. The FBI says they alone have received more than 25,000 tips, and at last report, 88 Crime reports receiving nearly 2,600 tips. Both are looking for more help to solve this case, and here are those tip lines again.
And at the heart of Nancy's disappearance is her family and her close friends. The heartbreak and desperation they are living through right now is felt in every message and video they posted to social media. They expected the national media to swarm Tucson once word got out about Nancy's case, but what came with it was a destructive group of profiteers, and the collateral damage has been far-reaching.
Call the cops on you and get you cited. Get out of here.
For 6 weeks,
Oh my God.
Nancy's neighbors witnessed firsthand the media taking over their neighborhood.
At members of the media, hundreds of people. I tell you, it keeps growing out here.
Journalists reporting on the daily updates of the case, but soon came a different group of people causing chaos in our town. From pizza deliveries to a crime scene to people showing up for photo shoots outside of Nancy's home. People even asking to sit at the same table the Guthrie family sat at when they were together at a restaurant last fall. Local leaders say these scenarios didn't just cross the line, it may have made things worse.
I wish that there were, we stopped having these sort of people that have a following in media platforms acting as if they are investigators. I do think that it is hurting the investigation.
Congresswoman Adelita Grijalva says in at least one case, a name shared during a live stream led to threats.
He was threatened, his family was threatened because they heard by a reliable source.
Then came the false accusations directed at members of the Guthrie family and friends, blatantly accusing some of them of being involved in Nancy's disappearance in the midst of their most intense time of grief.
People that, in my view, have taken sort of a shameless, shot across the bow of decency for this community, for those families.
These kinds of erroneous reports, comments, and posts have damaged reputations and are ruining the lives of innocent people. One of them, local band member and family friend of the Guthries, Dominic Evans, told the New York Times his life has been turned upside down after being linked to the case.
The typical consequence for a journalist that has defamed someone is the news station or newspaper gets sued. If they lose, an insurance company for that journalist is going to have to pay a judgment. You can't successfully sue YouTube itself or Facebook itself because there's federal law that protects that platform.
With both platforms and those creating content on them hard to hold accountable, the damage their content may cause can be immediate.
I thought this was supposed to be about Nancy, not about YouTubers and all that. Isn't this supposed to be about Nancy?
Age, you now have a
not about Dominic,
letter, right? There may be vigilante justice.
not about Tomato.
Giving out your home address, your phone number, your loss of privacy.
And unfortunately, these reckless reports continue to this day. They have devastated the Guthrie family and their friends, adding to their pain.
Even in the midst of all of this, there have been moments of light, though. One of them, a call to our newsroom from a woman compelled to help. News 4 Tucson's Robbie Reynolds joins us now with that story.
It all started with one yellow ribbon, and then dozens more, handmade and sent to Tucson, the woman who made them, calling them ribbons of hope. And they're already being worn by employees here at El Charro, where Nancy Guthrie had lunch with her daughters just 5 months ago.
Yellow ribbons,
a symbol of hope.
I was saying we just hope that it brings awareness to the public, to just as media slows down, to remember to keep a watchful eye and ear out, and just to remember that she's still missing.
For Melanie, it's a labor of love. She and her friend Regina started making ribbons in 2003 when Lacey Peterson, a pregnant California mom, went missing. They made more when Natalie Holloway disappeared, and for others, until it became too much for two people.
I've been praying through every ribbon I make for answers.
Compelled by Nancy's story, Melanie started making ribbons again, and she sent the first batch to us here at the station. Word of the ribbons coming to Tucson touched Ray Flores, the president of Flores Concepts, and C. Charo. We gave his restaurant family the first shipment. This is the first time Flores has spoken publicly since Nancy's disappearance.
When we realized it wasn't just a simple lost person issue, the severity of it really kind of hit home because she had just been here a couple months before with Savannah filming an episode for the Today Show.
While he didn't know Nancy personally, Flores says he saw the closeness between her and her girls in his restaurant the day of the shoot.
You could tell they were a very loving family, and whenever you have that kind of pain,
I have an opinion, my
It
darlings.
affects you because you can feel it in your own community, in your own heart.
For his employees, Ray says wearing Melanie's ribbons offer hope and remind us that Nancy is still out there, along with others that are missing. He believes as a community, we can all help by remaining vigilant, and he wants to emphasize that for both English and Spanish speakers.
If you see something, say something. Si ves algo, diga algo.
Omar works at El Charro and was there when the Guthries visited in October. He and other El Charro workers support the ribbon campaign.
We're still supporting them and we're still thinking about them every single day.
We have a lot of people coming through here, so the more awareness we can create, the better.
And that awareness is already starting to spread among El Charro's customers.
It's a great program to have that, to stay united, to
Yes,
create something positive.
I will be
of something
opining
that's actually
when
very
this
sad.
is finished.
A small ribbon that has the capacity to make a big difference.
If we can communicate a message of hope, then that's the only and best tool for all of us to be part of.
Employees at all the C. Charro restaurants will soon be wearing these yellow ribbons of hope. As more on the way, Melanie has already made a second batch, and they will be distributed throughout our community. Reporting from El Charro downtown, Robbie Reynolds, News 4 Tucson.
And from yellow ribbons of hope to the bonding between neighbors.
More than 6 weeks after Nancy disappeared, her Catalina Foothills neighbors say they've been leaning on each other for support. News 4 Tucson's Andrew Capasso joins us from there now with that story.
The most striking difference here outside Nancy Guthrie's home is the silence. Just weeks ago, the street would be lined with
I would
headlights
say the
and
darkness,
taillights.
too.
But now, while most of those news cameras are gone, the people who live in this neighborhood say it is forever changed.
This is a very safe, bucolic, beautiful place.
For 6 years, Jeff Lamy has called this Catalina Foothills neighborhood home. But he says what happened at this house, not far from his, has shaken everyone here.
I think it's disconcerting that this occurred, obviously, and we're so concerned about the family and supporting that family.
And thinking more about how to keep safe, both at their own homes.
Maybe people are more apt to lock their door or ensure that that camera is operational, that you've charged that battery.
And as a community.
There's been talk of reinvigorating a neighborhood watch.
But beyond those measures, many people who live in this neighborhood have been doing important work to help find Nancy. What you may not know is a network of neighbors here have played an integral role throughout this investigation, working behind the scenes to gather camera footage from each other's homes, cross-referencing that footage and getting it to law enforcement. It's part of a neighborhood action group which formed early on in Nancy's disappearance. One member of the group tells us that's our recipe. So far, we haven't found Nancy, but we can help law enforcement by being targeted. We let them decide what is actionable. The group continuing their work, they call it the recipe for being helpful.
The best thing you can do for safety is create awareness, create connection with neighbors.
One neighbor who asked us to protect her identity says what happened to Nancy is bringing neighbors closer.
There's a sense of what now out here. We need to rely on each other, and I've seen a lot of that in these past few weeks. More checking up on people and more making sure everyone's okay.
She says it's helping the neighborhood heal.
Before this, we didn't know each other. Now we know a little more about each other and we know we're in this together.
Something Lamy says is critical.
Absolutely. You know, it's the silver lining to a very dark cloud.
While hoping for the answer to questions so many are desperate for. What happened and why?
Because this was a shocking event.
And there is still a lot of healing to be done here. And neighbors say they're still fearful, and they will continue to be until they get answers in this case. Reporting in the Catalina foothills, I'm Andrew Capasso.
They are fearful because they have no leadership.
Thank you, Andrew. For our team here at News 4 Tucson, the story hits home. As we've told you, Savannah Guthrie is part of the News 4 Tucson family, having worked here as a news anchor on her way up to becoming the host of the Today Show.
Reporting on the disappearance of her mom has not been easy. Like the rest of the community, we wanted to find a way to show the Guthrie family our love and support, and to provide a place for you to send a message of your own. We never expected the impact our tribute would have.
Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock, trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help.
Bring her home. Part of a message Savannah Guthrie posted on social media. It was a direct plea to those who were involved in her disappearance to let her go. But it was also a call for others to keep praying for Nancy's return. Those three words becoming the theme of the banner. We weren't quite sure how the community would react, but soon they started to come. Some to sign the banner, leaving messages of hope and support. Others leaving flowers and candles, each expressing their concern and love in their own way.
Our hearts are in it, and she's always on our mind. So the candles right here, the heart we made, all the names on the candles, to me, it's showing hope, it's showing love, and it's showing humanity.
And all coming by for the same reason.
Just to show my presence and support so the family knows that they're not alone and there are people that do care.
And for many, without even having met the Guthries, they still feel connected.
It doesn't cost to care for people, and I care for the Guthries. They're from here. Savannah grew up here. They're ours.
And now, as the days have turned into weeks since the search began, keeping hope alive is more important than ever.
Hopefully, by doing this, it's still showing people out there that we care. It's showing people out there that just because the sheriff's not at the house anymore, just because there's not a whole group of people at the house, or you don't see stuff all over town anymore, we're not forgetting Nancy.
And tonight, the Guthrie family has a message for you, Tucson.
We are deeply grateful for the outpouring from neighbors, friends, and the people of Tucson. We are all family now. We continue to believe it is Tucsonans and the greater Southern Arizona community that hold the key to finding resolution in this case. Someone knows something. It's possible a member of this community has information that they do not even realize is significant. We hope people search their memories, especially around the key timelines of January 31st and the early morning hours of February 1st, as well as the late evening of January 11th. We desperately ask this community for renewed attention to our mom's case. Please consult camera footage, journal notes, text messages, observations, or conversations that in retrospect may hold significance. No detail is too small. It may be the key. We miss our mom with every breath, and we cannot be in peace until she is home. We cannot grieve. We can only ache and wonder. Our focus is solely on finding her and bringing her home. We want to celebrate her beautiful and courageous life, but we cannot do that until she is brought to a final place of rest. Thank you for continuing to pray without ceasing. The Guthrie family. Cameron and Christine, Annie and Tommaso, Savannah and Michael.
An emotional plea exclusive for News 4 Tucson. A family grateful for your love and support while desperate to find their mom. A reminder that you can find those links to call in your tips at the numbers at the bottom of your screen.
Like you, we were all hoping, we're holding on hope as a community. We can all work together to help bring Nancy home. From all of us at News 4 Tucson, good night.
Okay, let me get rid of this here. What the heck was that? So I made some notes. Oh my gosh, what the heck was that? Here we go. First of all, I get it. That is Savannah's previous station, and they felt like they had to come out and do something and say something because there's nothing going on. And certainly it helps them because everybody's watching. And I first thing, Sheriff No-Dose says, when he's asked, what would you say to the captors? Paraphrasing, what would you say to them? What would you say? Wait a minute. Hello.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Yeah. The first thing, bring her home. Take her to a hospital. Take her to a clinic. No, loser. You look at the camera and you say, I don't care where you are. We will uncover the corners of the earth. We will find you. We are hot on your trail now. You will not elude us. It is best for yourselves to turn yourselves in. But accept what? Oh, please. That, you know what that tells me? Did you see all the movement? He knows nothing. They know. Drop her off at a fire station. Drop her off. What? No, we know who you are. See, it's all mind games. If I were him and I didn't know anything, the first thing I would be saying is, you may not think so, but we know who you are. We know where you went. We know how you did this. We know how this crime was committed. And we know that you are on the run. We will not stop until you are found. And when you are, you will be brought to justice. Instead, oh, wow. Okay. Here's another thing I don't like, and I said this to them. The FBI, love you. Hold on. I've got a little thing for you too. I've got a little thing for you for the FBI. Here we go. Coming.
FBI, open up!
That's what it needs to be. So the FBI says, oh, wait a minute. We have 25,000 tips. No. Tell us how many you are taking seriously. How many? How many tips? You act as though each one of these tips are helpful. Tell me how many. I want to know. Is there a percentage? Is it 10%, 20%, 50%? How many are you taking seriously? Because from what I've heard, it's lame. The neighbor says, oh, we are here. We can rely on each other. That's right, because you cannot rely on the sheriff. Another thing, I'm just going to tell you, and the mister and I have talked about this morning. If I were that well known, like Savannah Guthrie, I wouldn't be toting my mother around. I wouldn't be allowing her to fly to New York from Tucson without security. I would not be toting her around. I would not be showing her home. And for those of you, not you in the comments, but for those of you who are watching, who demand that I show our home in Europe, this is why. No. You don't do that. And you all know how I feel anyway. This all stems back to the interview of 2019 in my book. This means they have nothing. And they talked about bringing all the neighbors together. To heck with that. We've seen the neighbors coming out and cussing out people that were out there. Yeah, I get it. They don't like the people, but hello. Hey, here, neighbor, come here. Come here closely. If this were your mama, your grandmother, your aunt, your uncle, your brother, your dad, your mom, you would want people out there looking for her. Stop it. Stop it. That's like all these people. They want to come. Oh, you're a psychic. Well, we don't believe in that. That's of the devil. And believe me, the moment something happens and somebody goes missing or somebody needs something, ring, ring, you know what? I never believed in you until right now. Yeah, because you want something from me. All of a sudden, the demon has been washed in the blood of the Lamb. Stop it. Stop. Then they want to rag on the social media. Well, Tucson 4, I didn't see your crack out there 12 hours a day. Maybe it was, but I didn't see you out there filming live 24 hours a day. Hello? You rag on the social media people and say, oh, how nasty and how they, well, you know what? Who's going to find her? Who's going to find her? What about Gabby? It was social media people that found Gabby Petito. Did I say it right? I'm charged up now. Gabby Petito. Hello? It's their own fault. They talked about pizza guys and delivery people. It is their own fault that those people were walking up there. They should have had crime scene tape all around. You know what these guys did? They put up security after the fact. What, about 2 weeks after? They blocked off everything. What, 2 or 3 weeks after? And then when they blocked everything, guess what happened? Everybody was forced to leave. And then everything went chilly. Nothing was happening. And then all of a sudden we hear one day, well, somebody's got a jammer. No, they don't have a jammer. Well, no, they have a walkie-talkie. No. Well, what about this? What about this Airbnb? Well, what about that? Look. If you didn't think there was something, you would have never looked into Annie and Tommaso's home. You would have never taken their car. You have held their car the absolute longest. And now, Mr., you say that you've cleared the family because they took a polygraph and they handed over their phone. So I got news for you. I've been doing this since you were pooping yellow in your diaper, pal. The whole thing stinks. Just because they took a polygraph, just because they turned over their phone, doesn't make them innocent. And you, sir, cannot say that they are cleared. It takes a prosecuting attorney or a Fed attorney. It takes that to say, okay, they have no arrests, they have nothing, and now they're starting to clear these people? What? What? Tripping over each other's just a mess. You botched it from the beginning. And now let me start the questions. And the question I have that bothers me the most. They say they first saw the first image January 11th. Then there was another one on the 24th. And then there was another one on the 31st. Did she not have her cameras hooked up then? Was no one checking her cameras? Or did they just let mom sit in the darkness pit of the abyss? Because that's where it is. If that were my mother, I don't care if Tucson has a blackout or not. I'd be moving her out of there. What if she had an emergency? Oh, wait a minute. We do. She's gone. What if there was an emergency and somebody had to get to her? What if she had to walk outside? There's rattlesnakes, there's coyotes. And she's living by herself. And even though they say people are close 4 miles away, it still takes you time to get off your crack, get in the car, get down the road, and get 5 miles away. That's a few minutes. You're talking maybe about 20 minutes on a good day. Who's checking the cameras from the 11th? This interview, I know it, this interview from 2019 sparked this. I'm sorry, but it did. And now, well, there's no financial benefit because she didn't have any money. The benefit is to hurt the family, Savannah, because Savannah did the interview. Why do you think we haven't heard anything more about any interviews from any other media outlet that have taken? Why do you think these media outlets and even some of our political people don't want to take the victims of the island, which is horribly sad because they're afraid of this stuff happening? And when somebody's got a plan, they got a plan. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. Listen, if my son hears no one is cleared, if my son hears somebody upstairs have a body function, he's coming over to my room to check on me. And vice versa. If I hear some whoever out here, because God, you don't even know who's out here. I've seen investigations get jacked up before. And see, the FBI is not afraid of anybody. And then the sheriff said, well, I didn't even know who that was. Oh my gosh, what is his number? Stop it. Stop lying. Stop it. The Karen Reed case, you're absolutely correct. The Karen Reed case was horrible. It was different in many ways, but it was still jacked up people. It's just horrible. Horrible. So, Sheriff, time to get down off your horse. That's, the high one. Time to get down off that high horse, Sheriff. And stop lying. In my opinion, supposedly, allegedly. If you're going to lie, do it the right way. You've got a license. Yeah, Kelsey's too. Pardon me. Kelsey's too. Kelsey Fitzsimmons. If you're going to lie the way you're supposed to lie. You need to be, because here's what's happened. Tucson 4 and all of those in a bigger position. You've put us YouTubers. Now, I've not been out there. I'm not boots on the ground. Many have been. But you put those people in a position because where were you? Where are you? Instead of putting fluff on. And you know what? They turned this is what I don't like. They turned all of this on, Dominic Evans, his life has just been turned around. Well, don't name your album something about murder. This was all about, oh, feel sorry for these people because they are victims too and their lives have been turned around. Stop it. Stop it. Who's your producer? Who's your editor? Get some new copyright in there. We want to know. We want to know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what you're doing over there, but this is absolutely ridiculous. I can tell you what they most likely had in that backpack, and that is what every other criminal that goes to perform this type of thing, and that is duct tape, several rolls, white towels, could be a tarp, maybe some other little things like that. Because once they get in there, do something like that, what are they doing? Play tiddlywinks and having tea? 41 minutes. Somebody's going to use the bathroom. Somebody's going to go get a drink. Somebody's going to be walking around the house. Somebody's going to be touching something that they shouldn't be touching. And who the flip is in there? That house keeps telling us that there's something still there. Go do it. Go get it. What in the heck? You have an 84-year-old woman missing. This is not random. It's not random. It's not for money. This is to make a statement. And you can believe me, every person in the media now, they're not going to interview anybody that had any difficulty with anything going on in a much bigger political agenda. Because guess what? They don't want to go through. They're watching Savannah suffer. That's what it's all about. Who turns down people that want to help? Who makes parking violations at $250 a pop so you don't park there? Who does that? And then the sniffer. Honey, look at me. That signal sniffer, as wonderful as it is not going to reach her because she's in a place where it's not going to reach. They need to be dragging the rivers. They need to be doing what they need to do. And there you go. These people showing up at this house on the 11th, on the 24th, and on the 31st, someone had to tell them that Nancy was going to be away. Why? So they could position themselves so that when she came home, and Tommaso, where are you? Why didn't you walk your mother-in-law in the house? Or did you? If you did, why didn't we hear about it? This is why, family, if you're watching, I'm going to explain to you. This is why you're getting the heat. Because there's some things here that ain't making sense. It just isn't making sense. So, yeah, zip tie. I'm being careful about saying some things because But yeah. But I would dare say with Nancy, you're not going to need much of it. She's pretty much helpless. She can't fight off anybody. When I saw that interview in 2019, you know what the first thing I said to my son? Oh boy. Let the games begin. It's going to start. Oh boy. Took a little bit, but you see, the timing had to be right. There was the Olympics, then the McClintocks were testifying, and then the former prince You know, there's a lot of things. So now it's up to those who've been given these tips, those who've been giving 2 names from people from Colorado in Grand Junction and 1 person out of Tucson. It's up to them now. And Adult Protective Services says they showed up that Saturday night. Why? Evidently, a neighbor called. Who was it? Why? Why? Why would you call Adult Protective Services? Why? I don't know. So there you go, my darling. There you go. Give me a break here just a second. Got to make sure that I'm getting everything. Okay. Ruby, my darling, thank you so much. Oh, I love you. Look how cute you look. Okay, I'm going to calm down now. I just get torched because it's like, hello. APS was there. She put the card in the door. She was there for Nancy. I don't know. But it stinks. This whole thing stinks. This whole thing stinks. I don't think there's any type of extortion. I don't think there's anything like that because Nancy's funds were all tied up. Well, thank you, Julie. So my darlings, we've been here and I'm so glad I watched this with you. Tomorrow is a catch-up day for me because I've been the carb queen. But I just want you to know how much I love you guys and why we are here. And next weekend we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna look at some, because this week is gonna be a heavy crime week again. Stay tuned. But listen, if I ever went missing, I would want everybody out on my street, and my son knows to be coming up. If something happened, my son would be coming out. He would be leading the charge. Instead of covering, I'm covering. Oh yeah, you see my lipstick where I blotted it. There you go. Covering my face is when I'm driving around. Stop it. Stop it. You don't have no reason to cover your face. Or do you? All right, my darlings, thank you so much. Here we go. I've got an outro for you. Sorry. Adios. Au revoir. Avitusen. Good night, my darlings. So hang in there. We're gonna talk about this more. We're gonna talk about this more Monday. I'm gonna be posting some more and all of that jazz. So hang in there. I love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for being here with me. Thank you for your generosity. I love you, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye for now. They'll tell you the facts are clear, but the truth always flickers between the lines. In every shadow, there's a secret that refuses to stay buried. Clues hide in symbols, and sometimes even fate won't show its hand. Voices echo not just from the living, but from the silence they leave behind. I'm Lady Zelda. This is Seeing Crime, where what's hidden doesn't stay hidden for long. Until next time, keep watching.